Okay. I think we're online. I hope we're online. Yep. Let's assume that we are. If someone wants to pull up the Twitch app and like see if it's going.
I just made the post, so I just clicked the link.
Oh, okay. That's a lot easier than me searching for it.
Go, Katie. You got this.
Yeah, it has my stats on it. Oh my god.
It was
like system UI.
Okay, Joe is getting our food.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
You're good, Joe. Now has my stuff back.
Joe has been immortalized on Twitch.
Sorry, Joe.
Okay. So I guess while we're doing all that, hi. My name's Kate, and this is Tabletop Fairy Tales. This is the very first episode of hopefully many episodes. And I think this is kind of going to be like an introductory session, more kind of to explore who the characters are and kind of get a feel for our setting, because the stories you might hear might not be the ones you've heard before. We'll see. So we're going to just kind of go around the table, and we'll start from my left. And then we'll go clockwise from there. So go ahead.
What do I say?
Who you are, who you're playing, and just a bit of background.
My name is Beth. I am playing a monk named Edie, who is a dragon that got cursed and turned into a small 4th level human girl.
Nice.
Green dragon, so it's gonna be a little fun. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm a human dragon.
Oh, by the way, so this is my camera. Y'all's camera's up here. So if you ever want to look at the camera, that is yours. All right. You're up.
I'm Jade. I'm playing Rizza, who is a tiefling warlock who got his powers from wishing on a genie that he found in the desert. Yeah, that's basically it. We're doing our best. Our best is good enough.
My name's Katie.
I am playing Bard. So I will be encouraging people all night, but only in a game, outside of the game if you really need to them. I'm playing a character named Adele, spelled O-D-E-L-E, and it is Greek. She's a Greek background for flavor style. She has long, sort of like seafoamy green hair, and she's dressed in like a kind of cool yoga fashion, and she's very extravagant.
I'm Jeannie. My character is Neil. She's a human noble ranger from France, I guess. French-inspired role.
Yes, Coliu.
I can't pronounce that.
Colieu. Coliu.
So, yeah, from there. And that's it.
Coliu.
She'll have a last name later. I haven't figured it out. I don't need a last name. I'm a dragon. Lucky.
I'm Jessica. I'm going to be playing Jillian, a country bumpkin paladin folk hero, also from you. She used to be sort of into the fighting with monsters, now she mostly just herds sheep. She's really mean, doesn't really come off that way, but about it. She's mean, she's a country bumpkin.
Oh god.
I'm just thinking like Southern Valley Girl that's like,
I know more than you do.
I mean, yes, but
Ye old Starbucks.
Hey, I got you.
Nothing to do with your character, I just wanted to drink.
Drink.
Okay, so let me kind of give everybody a bit of background here. So what we're doing is we are playing a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition with a Disney twist. So instead of the typical 5e realms, we are actually doing, I have to count how many realms I've made. So there are 7 realms of existence based off of 28 different Disney movies. And each one is based off of a geographical location within our world. So there's a realm based off of like France. There's one based off of England. There's one based off of the New World. There's one based off of Saxon area, the Mediterranean. There's Asia and India and all sorts of fun things. So we'll kind of discover various worlds as we go along. As for more immediate background, this group of people came together under one banner because the Holy city of Lutetia was fighting in a civil war. Some bandits all came together, unionized, I suppose, and decided that they no longer wanted anything. They were tired of taking people out by the side of the road. They were like, no, stage a coup. That is the phrase I was looking for. Oh my god. Yeah, coup d'etat. So a huge civil war erupted, and not all of you are actually from Korea. Some of you came for money, some of you came for altruism, some of you just ended up here randomly. Money. Altruism. And then you do live here. Where you all are coming back from now is, for now, it looks like the bandits have been retreated. The main bandit group leader was killed on the battlefield and caused a huge retreat, and it looks like for the moment things are pretty quiet. So you guys, as a unit underneath Captain Phoebus, you all are making your way back to Lutetia. As you're approaching the city gates, you see a river, you pass by a river coming out of the city. You hear bells clanging in the distance. And you all are kind of in the middle of the group. You're kind of in the middle of the group, so you can't really, you can see glints of like the golden armor that Captain Phoebus wears, but you're not within really talking distance to him. What are y'all up to?
So we're just are we in you or walking towards
you? You are just now entering the city proper.
Alright.
You're like passing through the gates.
Is this our like return to Mars?
Essentially.
I'm playing along with whatever music.
Amazing. There's not really like set music. It's more just like general celebratory noise. So again, like the bells that you hear out in the distance that are coming from the main church, which at this point all of y'all would know it came from Notre Dame. All the bells are going crazy. You don't really hear any particular music, but just general joyous noise.
I'm trying to like see over other people.
Are you like tall?
I'm not that tall. I'm taller than you.
We're taller than you.
Can't stand on my tiptoes. I don't have toes. I have hooves. Tiptoe. Gotta jump a little bit. I'll hop a little bit.
He makes like coughing noises when you land.
People turning around thinking it's a horse behind them.
No, just another mango.
I love it.
Is that like right on your back?
No, you're like a horse though. Like an orange steaming horse. You don't ask people if you're red on them.
I'm red, and also my legs are more goat-like, and you don't ride goats normally.
You don't?
The city stripper.
Not usually. Maybe she is a dragon.
I am a dragon. It's you.
Dragon.
All of you guys look away from Phoebe, and when all of you look away, suddenly she has very dragonish features.
Just for a second, and then we turn back.
No. Yeah, every time y'all see her, she just looks like a very diminutive, borderline child.
Angry child.
Yeah, but she has very dragonish features when y'all aren't looking.
How old is your human form? looks like.
Okay.
So we just think she's a really angsty lying teenager.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in truth, I've also been all of
She's like in her emo phase. She's like, I'm a dragon. And y'all are like, uh-huh.
And I'm talking like ancient dragon. Like, I am so much older than all of you.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. Wisdom of ancients.
We know where we're going.
Follow Shiny Man, I guess.
Yeah.
So
one of the soldiers actually turns around, the ones that are walking in front of you, and he goes, we're heading towards the main plaza in front of Notre Dame. Apparently some bigwig wants to make a speech or something.
Good.
Is the shiny
Shiny. He looks at you and goes, not Captain Phoebus, no.
You know, his name is Phoebus. Your name is Phoebe. That should be the least difficult name for everybody. I don't know what the hell your problem is.
My name's not Phoebe, it's Bebe. How many times must I tell you people?
Okay.
You're Bebe, you're a dragon.
Soldier snorts and turns back around and keeps looking.
So
You guys are making your way through the streets and
Waving
at people essentially.
you from
the distance now, you actually do see like a golden armored hand like rising and waving at people. He is obviously riding a horse.
Sorry, casting prestidigitation, making my hair lightly in the wind, like a sparkle effect around me as I'm going.
Is he ever part of the armor thing? Like, do you think I had to question that?
Eventually, he'll just sleep in it.
I think he's a little
low
for
you, honey.
Yeah, I'm not interested in the man. I'm interested in what he's wearing.
Oh.
I don't think it would fit you. I don't wear the armor. I just keep it.
Why?
It's shiny. Do you see that? Like the gold reflecting the sun.
And as Phoebe is saying this, the soldiers are kind of parting, and you do see in from this distance Captain Phoebus is walking straight into the main plaza, heading for what looks to be like a hastily erected dais, essentially. And the armor is very shiny, like blindingly so.
That sounds wrong.
It's from a song I've heard.
One time.
But so you all
Get into your lines, and Captain Phoebus makes his way to the stage. Well, dismounts his horse that he was riding. The horse sits for some reason, like a dog.
Like a real horse.
And Captain Phoebus makes his way to the stage, where what looks to be the Archbishop of Notre Dame stands, as well as tall, skinny man in black. Looks to be a politician of sorts. Welcomes him up onto the stage. From where you all are standing, you're about halfway back. The people in the very, very back of the plaza are still making noise. They can't really hear, and y'all are having a bit of difficulty. So finally, the man like raises his hands, and everything goes quiet. And he starts off by congratulating Captain Phoebus on his historic win, and this is a beautiful day for Lutetia, and the city is very happy to have him, serve as captain of the guard for the city henceforth, and gives him a medal, and then the Archbishop steps in and also congratulates him and thanks the regular soldiers as well, and essentially just congratulates everybody, and isn't this a blessed day, and the bells, as soon as he stops speaking, the bells start ringing, and you hear like the very, very light peals of the highest bells, and you hear like your body almost vibrates with the tolling of the lower the lower end of the bells, and it's just a very overall inspiring moment. And then you all are dismissed, essentially.
We walked all the way out here for that. No, those politicians feel like they're causing some sort of scandal. They're in front of the crowd and we're behind them. Screw that, I'm going home.
As you guys start talking, you actually do see Captain Kibis leap off the stage. And
Want that armor gun? Oh yeah.
and he actually starts making his way towards the Gaul specifically.
No, turn around.
I'm going to walk towards.
Okay.
I just smile really big, but I have two sets of things, so it's probably not as exciting as I might hope.
It looks more like you're bearing teeth at him. He's used to you by now, so he's cool with it. But other people around you are like,
Don't worry, he's one of the nice ones.
So Captain Phoebus approaches you all and, personally congratulates you guys, because so he was in charge of more of the like volunteers, like instead of enlisted or people from the city. He was more in charge of like volunteers from other cities, volunteers from other universes, that kind of thing. That was his appointment, essentially. So he comes to you all because you're the first group he sees, and claps Jillian hard on the back and just throws this blinding smile, almost as blinding as his armor. And he's like, y'all did so well. I'm glad to see you all lived. I actually have a favor to ask if y'all.
Down, bumpkin. Or no, pumpkin. Let me say pumpkin. Pumpkin.
His face actually gets really serious.
It's like a term of affection for a lot of people.
His face actually gets really serious. He goes, I know we saw some things on the battlefield that were really strange. This whole souls visibly leaving some combatants on the battlefield is really disconcerting, and it seems there's no rhyme or reason to it. And so I was actually wondering if you all wouldn't mind like forming an unofficial detachment and heading out to Lyon and informing them of what we've seen and what's gone on. He waits for your answer.
On two conditions. One, you give us a lot of money. And two, you kiss me.
But you're only interested in the armor.
Oh, I am.
No, she's interested in having the armor off of him. There's a difference. She's going through a phase. We don't know what the hell's wrong with her.
Phoebus is grinning, but he cocks an eyebrow for sure. And he looks at you, he goes, maybe after a few drinks.
No. Come on, boy. I'm not doing anything. You just
I'll
kiss.
free.
One kiss. All it takes.
For what?
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh my god.
First roll of the stream. Did you roll a 1, really? Oh my god. Yeah, Phoebus just looks at you and like ignores your presence for the rest of the conversation.
Oh my god. Will, I still want my money though.
I don't think you're gonna get much out of him right now.
We'll be happy to, sir. Will there be any form of compensation though?
Phoebus goes, I'm sure we can come up with something. I'll have to.
Why didn't you ask for the armor?
You have your armor. Just your armor. I don't care about you.
talk later on about how we speak to people and what is an appropriate task for them to do.
She's not with us.
I just kind of pull her back.
Okay, so Phoebus looks at you, Neil, and goes, I'll have to talk to Frollo, but I'm sure, you know, we can come up with something. And then he actually kind of leans in and goes a little bit quieter, and he goes, actually, would you guys mind stopping in Tier on your way there? It's kind of a small, bit of a small town, quiet village, and and there was a soldier that there's a soldier that I made friends with, and I haven't seen him since we returned. His name's Legume. And I would appreciate, I know that's his hometown, I would really appreciate it if you guys would check on him. I don't think he did too well.
Like
a nut.
Okay.
Yeah, Legume. Legume, Mr. Legume.
That's why I was like, wait, is it
Like a nut, yeah.
He's a nut.
I see.
Phoebus goes, that's more of a personal favor. I mean, you can do that in your own time. I would just like to know how he's doing.
Of course.
Thank you. Blatantly ignoring you.
We would be happy to. Put the hands on face, like, yes. We would be happy to.
Thank you very much.
You all are only in it for yourselves.
You're very
So with that, he goes, let me go. While you all are gone, I'll discuss compensation with Lord Frollo, and we'll see what we can come up with. And upon your return, we can have some monetary compensation ready. I'm sure we'll have monetary compensation ready for you.
Wait.
Before you go, can you tell us a little bit more about him? What does he look like? What is he?
Mr. Legume? He's tall. He's got brown hair, or deep brown hair. And he's an excellent rifleman. He was a very, very good soldier.
Okay. And he's from there?
Yes.
Do you have an address for him?
I don't know his address.
Did you meet him here?
I met him on the battlefield, so I'm not sure much of him. We just became friends while we were at camp, essentially. And
We'll find out what we can.
he's very fond of his drink, as I recall. So if you...
Good man.
So you're likely to find him probably at their bar, more than likely.
I told you. I wanted you.
Okay, baby.
Not right now.
So with that, Phoebus, I almost said Phoebus, that's going to be hard. It's going to be real difficult. He takes his leave and actually goes and does seem to be talking to Frollo. He bows very elegantly back to you before he makes his way out.
Nice to see you, Monsieur. What did you say?
Monsieur.
Okay.
Monsieur. Aren't you French too? Mercy.
Bonjour, y'all.
Bonjour, y'all. Okay, that's fair. Like you're from Paris, Texas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. I mean, hey, I work at a French restaurant. I'm going to botch every single French phrase I use.
Perfectly fine.
I'm not even gonna try.
I did work 1 and 2 evening songs, I will say.
Oh, that's fun. I'm excited. Jillian's not, but I'm excited.
So a drink? Yeah.
A lot of drinks.
For us.
A lot of drinks.
For all of us.
quick
For all of us at the table who are legal,
Do you
look
look
15
or are you actually 15?
I look 15. I'm thousands of years old.
Right. Out of character.
No, I know.
But she looks 15, not like oh you look young, but you would actually be older. But she actually looks like a teenager.
She looks like a teenager, but she's literally thousands of years old.
Wow. Four drinks and an orange juice for the misses.
No! Y'all, all of your children, you should be drinking. If we're going with that logic. All of your children.
Four drinks. And an orange juice for little ones.
Where's the closest? Let's find a place to go. We know where the closest place would be.
Honestly, you can follow any group of soldiers, and then they're gonna head to a
Oh,
bar.
a cute one though.
Cool. Roll a perception check.
This should be great.
Or they'd also
You
be
need
going
my
to
travel buddy. Don't get lost.
either a bar or a brothel.
14. Okay. It takes you a minute. A lot of soldiers are actually like wearing helms and stuff. So it's difficult. But you see one that actually does have a very pretty like profile. And he seems to be headed towards the bar.
Okay.
So.
Let's go that way, guys.
Okay. Sure.
And I follow him.
Okay.
My hair is still blowing in the wind, by the way. I stopped that part.
Jillian's behind
Oh, sorry. Go the other way.
So.
Turn the sparkle back up when you see that guy.
No.
Okay. So.
looking for your true love, right? You're not gonna find him in a bar.
You never know.
That's debatable.
Hey, I never said that I would have to love them. They just have to love me. Who can't not love them?
That's not. Okay.
All right. Let's just go.
Get you a couple of really strong orange juices.
No.
Mimosas.
I want liquor.
Another character session. What would the drinking be?
It's like old friends.
They probably don't care.
Ye old friends.
If you can walk in the bar.
Honestly, I figure as long as you're old enough to fight, as far as I guess they're concerned, if you're old enough to fight, you're old enough to drink.
I could eat up everyone at that bar.
I'm sure you can.
Suppose if you just had a battle, you can have a drink or two. I'll be watching you though.
I just accidentally rolled a 20.
Well, there goes 20 for the night.
No, it's okay. I just like dropped it and then it rolled. So. Yeah, I didn't do it on purpose.
Wasn't an intentional
No.
20. Unintentional 20.
Accidental crit.
Accidental. Yes.
Oh, well,
You can talk about it.
It's not Joe anymore. It's German. His name is German.
Okay.
Congratulations.
You've
You've been immortalized on Twitch.
He is on his way. He will be here in approximately 9 minutes.
Good.
Hey.
Okay.
I want my lemonade.
All right. Thanks, German.
Oh, so it sounds like we are echoing because we have two mics going. I am so sorry.
Oh.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Hey.
What'd you do?
I accidentally turned off the camera, but now I haven't. That's better.
Because we had two cameras. Oh, is somebody watching us to tell us that we were?
Yeah, someone texted me and be like, hey, I'm watching, but you're echoing really bad.
Oh, okay. How are we now?
Let me text.
Oops.
My bad.
You get double
First read, it's fine.
We put the one with the good mic in the center, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
That one's farther away anyway.
Yeah.
So.
yeah. So this is the C920. Oh, I turned off the C922, which I didn't want, but that's okay. It'll be fine.
It's okay. You get double me.
Yeah.
I can sing loud.
This is fine. Okay, cool. All right, we sound much better.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay. So you guys make it to the bar. It is crowded as heck. And it seems literally like a third of the city is crowded in here. It is standing room only. Like probably a good 95% of the population in this bar right now is soldiers.
Wow. That's a lot of people. Is there a stage?
No.
Kill me.
Yeah, there's a small stage.
If I have to hear one more rendition of My Heart Will Go On,
That was not for
one
me.
more time.
That was not for
Oh
me.
my god, I will shove that flute so far up your ass you'll be farting symphonies for a week.
Food actually doesn't work. I'll have to get that looked at.
Oh
But
my
I
god.
swear that wasn't me.
I'll pay you to go if you do that.
I heard you!
Okay, so there is a small stage. People are like sitting on the edge of it because there aren't any chairs really anymore. A couple of them are like sitting up against the wall, like in the wings.
Can I sit on the bar counter?
She likes to be tall.
I love the hesitant, like, yes.
Sure. Go ahead and sit on the bar. That's fine. Okay. How are you
Okay.
sitting on the bar?
Oh, exactly like this. Like my legs are crossed. Like
You're not like crouched like Gollum, like
No, I'm like my legs are crossed and like swung over the bar top, and I'm just like, hello, good men.
oh my god.
The two soldiers that are like that you're sitting between just kind of like turn the other direction, just pointedly
When I
ignoring
walk
you.
through the bar, I hold my tail so no one steps on it.
Okay.
Because it's very long, so I'm just like, hey.
I get tails.
As you guys are spreading out through the bar, there are a few barmaids that come up and do take your drink orders.
Including my drink.
She eyes you real hard, but yeah, she gives you a drink. And you said you wanted to go up to the stage?
Oh yeah, I walk right up to it. I have a small like light green mint leather pouch so it's kind of like open up and flatten out. And I really loudly
Oh
she's
no.
gonna sing.
The closest 15 people get quiet, but like 90% of the room is still rather loud.
Thank God.
and I gesture to Jillian
No!
and I say, "This is a song I wrote for Jillian the Brave, coming back after our victorious soiree."
Just shut up.
I'll clap really loud so people are like paying attention.
Everybody shut up!
These are my hype men.
Like,
I'm gonna deepen my voice and be like, stop talking.
I love it. And I pull out my lyre. It's black with sort of like a white mother of pearl inlay. And I pluck a few chords and I start singing. Little farm, it's a quiet living.
Are there
Such
peanuts?
days that she'll bash in heads. She's content, but she's unforgiving when her patience is spent.
Kill her.
Roll a performance check.
I'm really gonna kill her this time.
So there's no peanuts. What about popcorn?
16.
16.
I don't want to throw like a beer cup at her.
I will!
I would say about 75% of the room kind of got quiet, thanks to your hype men. Yeah, there's a pretty steady applause. Like it's no standing ovation, but yeah, people are appreciative of it. How are you feeling, Jillian?
Honestly, she should feel inspired.
That's true.
I feel inspired to kill you.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's an
It's an angry inspiration.
Encore, encore.
No,
I have more.
I will
Do
throw
have
this
more.
beer cup at you.
Do they look interested, or they kind of like?
Flashiest
Yeah,
like shatters.
With Julian?
Oh my God, she's darling.
like destroys it.
I would say about half the room is actively listening to you right now.
Okay. If we want to role play it out, I can keep going. If we want to not, then we can just talk about
Okay.
it later.
We'll say, for brevity's sake, that you go through a few other songs, and you actually do get, like, most of the room involved, especially after multiple drinks have been had. People are actively engaging.
Oh, and I have like call and response songs where I like teach them things and they can sing along with me.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
God, that's the worst.
Yes,
the
we
loudest.
absolutely
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah, we've done this before.
I'd
know.
say you get a good number of people involved. Let me Go ahead and roll another performance check for me,
Okay.
Both of us.
just to cover the rest of it.
Do I have advantage
Yeah,
now
can
that I
we?
have heightened?
We're assisting.
Yeah, I'll say with advantage, sure. why not?
Yay. One.
Good.
One.
Hopefully.
Yes.
24.
Nice. You actually get a substantial amount of gold thrown at you as a tip. Let me go ahead and roll that.
I throw a gold at her, but it's at her head. Get her to stop talking.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
Do I get a dex save? Probably
No.
not.
No.
What do I add to this?
It's already higher than her AC.
It's strength. Oh yeah, it's my AC is a 14. 20.
So you hit her. Where are you aiming?
Right here.
Okay.
Right in the forehead.
Yeah. So you do have there's lots of gold like being thrown at you. You actually end up getting. You actually end up getting 16 gold pieces thrown at you, and one you're not sure where it came from, but it just beams you right across the forehead. Yeah, it doesn't particularly hurt. It was thrown from some distance, but it was definitely like it got you square between the eyes.
Okay.
But
Do I have a
gold.
bruise?
You're probably gonna have a goose egg pretty soon. Like you can start to feel like a little bit of a raised bump, but it's not terrible.
Rub my head. Yeah. Bow. Take my leave. Give them each 5. Yay. Wait, all of us 5 or just
No.
No, you
Yeah.
do that.
Right, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
we
I
got
guess.
this down to a system.
Yes.
Like,
No, you don't get 5. I want your karaoke money.
you gave her some of it.
Oh, you gave me some too.
No, I didn't.
Did you like your song?
Thank you. So, how long are y'all on fire?
Till I'm very, very drunk.
Did we clarify with Phoebus whether or not we were meeting him again today, or whether he'd send for us, or
You guys were to head out essentially whenever you wanted, and then when you came back. So your more urgent mission was to go to Leon and alert them to, hey, people are dying, and sometimes souls leave, and we see them visibly leave, and we don't know what's going on.
no
What
pressure or
time is it?
anything?
Right now,
Are they
food.
Are they here?
They're having trouble finding.
If you need to go outside, that's fine. I would say it's probably like the equivalent of 9 or 10 o'clock
Oh, in the morning.
in the evening.
Oh, in the evening. Well, we'll
It's
probably
late.
stay the night then.
Yeah, I mean,
Is there an inn in the bar, or is it just a bar?
It's an inn, but you're gonna be sleeping like on the floor because everybody
That's fine.
is getting smashed and they're all like passing out where they stand or sit.
Is there a? Go ahead. Sorry.
Or I might go outside and spend the next 15 minutes seeing if I can find a slightly better inn.
Okay.
Something that even if we have to pay a little bit, but
Go ahead and roll a perception check. Or yeah, I guess it's perception.
This over here.
Investigation.
Investigation, maybe. Yeah, let's do investigation.
investigation 12.
It takes you a long time, and you have to go deeper into the city to even find something that might have room, because the entire town is celebrating. Everybody is celebrating, and so it's gonna be cramped. It's gonna be close quarters. You're probably all gonna have to share a room, but they do have a room available, and obviously because everyone's staying in town, prices are skyrocketing. So.
And how much is it?
The innkeeper looks at you and he goes, "That'll be 20 gold for the night."
Any discount for those who fought valiantly in the battle?
There's a lot of valiant fighters out here.
We have a personal mission from Phoebus himself. We need a good night's rest before we leave.
Rest.
You don't have your phone.
Pistol.
Where's my persuasion? Oh. 14.
14. I'd say he kind of looks at you and he considers and he goes, "I'll take it for 17."
All right. I'll go get my friends.
Meanwhile, are there any branches of my nightly order here?
Yes, there is one. It is much further into the city. It's closer to like the more like government oriented area. It's not going to be like any of the open plazas. It's an organization, so it's where all of like the other like guild houses are.
Okay. Then about the same time Camille leaves to check on other inns, I'm going to tell everybody, well, I'm going to go see if I can find us some free accommodations. If there's any space, so I'll be back in a little bit. Okay. And I'll go off and ask them.
Are you doing that at the same time I'm doing it so that
Because we're leaving at the same time, but we're not going to the same place.
Oh no, I know, but if we end up around the same time, then if you get free accommodations, let's do
Yeah.
that.
No, yeah, that was my plan. So
Yeah.
Cool.
I just let her go off. I'm just gonna like dance with anybody.
yeah, I was basically like,
I was drinking a
wait, don't
lot.
go
So I
anywhere.
was like,
We're dancing with people.
I'm
If
dancing
you
with
want.
people. Anybody, I don't care.
By the time you step off the stage, like a whole
You're not tall enough.
other people have drawn up instruments, and now there's essentially like a 4-piece band up on the stage now. And you know, the
Not
people who
here,
are not
not
passed
here.
out from drinking
I'm still sitting and
Uh,
watching them dance.
are very
I don't-
drunkenly participating.
Yeah.
Dana, hold
Me
on. I'm not
too. I'm
dancing.
drunkenly participating. I'm not human. I'm not from here. I'm sure I can find people to dance with me.
So you go to your guild house, your guild hall. You walk in. It's actually really crowded, especially for a branch that's not even in the headquarters universe. Like it's really crowded. But then again, you know,
Going on.
yeah. There was a huge vent. Like it would make sense that there's a whole bunch of y'all out here. And you do see when you walk in this poor woman who looks rather harried actually. She's like trying to direct a whole bunch of like she's trying to direct different people. She's being like, oh, there are beds over here. Oh, look, there's we have pallets. And she's trying to make sure everyone can be situated properly. But she looks to be the one in charge.
Okay. I'll wait until she has a moment to breathe.
You're not gonna find one. You're
I'll wait
just
until
gonna-
a moment that's not rude to step in.
All right. She finishes directing like a group of 3, and then you see another group of people approaching her, and she's like casting her eyes about to.
Oh shit.
You get her attention, and she looks at you and she goes, "Yes, can I help you?"
And I just kind of like, not hair flicking back, but moving it so she can see the like emblem that's pinning my on my clothing. It's got a scroll with the single hyacinth blossom over it.
Okay.
And I say, I'm one. Do we have any space? I have 4 with me.
She looks at you and she thinks for a second, and she's like mentally counting, and she takes a deep breath. She goes, the only thing we have now are pallets in the main room. We might have to start turning people away that aren't like part of our order, because there are so many people here right now. You said you have 4 with you. Come with me. And so she very like in between jogging and walking with purpose. Like she's got a little hop to her step essentially.
Nice.
And so she takes you back into a room. She actually takes you out past the kitchens, which are also very full and very busy right now. And it's a storage closet essentially. It's got crates, and it's not fresh produce, it's not food, it's just storage. And she goes, I can put your pallets in here and we can have all of you all situated in here, but this is really the best I can offer people who really like aren't part of our order. Otherwise I could offer you better accommodations, and obviously we'll clean it. Of course, I mean, this girl's maybe a few years older than Phoebe. So she's obviously someone has.
So she's
ancient.
Someone has obviously left her adrift, taking care of other things, leaving her to like figure out where people should go. So she's like, obviously we'll clean it. We'll give you some extra blankets and stuff, but this is all I can offer at the moment.
Oh, this is lovely, dear. Don't worry.
Okay. She goes, okay. Okay. And she leaves the kitchens and like goes and talks to some of the cooks, and she's like, I need people to clean this room and put some
I
pallets
start
in.
casting prestidigitation and clean myself.
Okay, cool. She's gonna be really pleased when she comes back.
Yeah.
So she's, and then you see her like run off, and she's out. You assume she's leaving you to your own devices because you would know your way around
Perfect.
the building.
Yeah. Then I will head back to where I left my friends last.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
All right. You head back. You do run across Camille as you're leaving. She had to go pretty deep into the city to find an inn. So.
What'd you find?
17 gold for a private room for all of us.
That's pretty good. All I got was a room for free.
We can ask everyone what they'd rather do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yours is probably nicer.
I would imagine, but free.
Free is nice.
How big's the room?
We'll see what everyone says. I think, are we on our way or are we back?
Say we're not there.
I would say y'all are making your way back
Okay.
because you
I'm not
essentially
there.
were in the business district and you need to get to the arts district. So
Yeah.
it's like a good 15, 20-minute walk to
Okay.
get back to the bar y'all were at.
And it is a city full of people, so I am being mindful of my surroundings.
Yes, yeah, no,
As much
there's
as I can
lots
be.
of people. The bells have been continuously going. As about halfway through your walk, they do finally stop. I mean, and at this point it's like 10:30, almost 11 o'clock at night, so it would make sense. Yeah, so you guys make your way back. It's dark, but there are lanterns being lit kind of periodically along the street. And there are so many people out walking around or carrying torches, what have you. It's actually pretty brightly lit, considering.
Okay.
So, what are the three of y'all doing? Y'all are dancing at
I'm
the bar.
dancing.
Yeah,
I'm watching them dance.
you're watching.
I'm
them dance.
dancing and drinking a lot.
I'm trying to make out with people. You want me to roll for that?
I'm rolling to see. Yeah, there are a few men who are just drunk enough that they are.
I swear to God, this is
I-
every
she's
character
a
I've seen you
child!
play.
Knock that shit off.
They're all young and they're all drunk. So,
Like her age, young-ish.
I don't care.
a little bit older.
Okay.
I mean,
I would kiss a 60-year-old man. Like, I'm just saying, I don't care.
No,
Sure.
I'm just making sure that when I get back, I don't need
Keep
to
her
punch
on a
some
leash.
predatory dudes.
From our perspective, you're literally like a child.
Yeah, you're literally a 15-year-old
Yeah, I
girl,
don't
so
care.
I will protect you.
okay.
She's been rude all day, so I'm leaving her phone and her own devices.
Oh,
yeah.
he's one of the ones I make out with.
Oh, no,
I like plan of one, and then I'm like, oh thank God, and then I just like,
No, I'm not. You're not. No. Oh.
It is as this is happening that you guys return. It's just no.
No.
What's going on?
he's not the one.
I think it was possible for you
I
to
would
get me
not
redder.
want
to be the one. I could have told you that.
That was worth a shot.
You're trying us now.
Stand as tall as I can. We found a couple of places. You said yours was a.
A fairly decent room, just one room for all of us. 17 gold pieces.
17.
For one room? I'm not sure with you guys.
Oh,
That's
you'll be
problematic.
hard pressed to find
Oh,
something else.
no, you
Yeah.
probably have a roof somewhere, right? A little cave with a big pile of treasure.
I like you better when you're drunk.
She's from
People
other
worship me.
place. I'm sure
They worship me.
Well,
Well,
I follow like me. It's not close.
Huzhou. She's from Huzhou.
Yeah. Whatever, Bala. It's far. It's not the same.
You're drunk. It's fine.
It's far away.
Well, there is an outpost of my order here, and they did offer us a room. It is private. It's more of a storage closet than a room, but
No.
it would be private and it would be free.
Y'all are
No.
terrible at this.
How
What'd
about
you
this?
find?
You can take the room for 17 gold pieces
More, right
yourself,
here.
and we'll take the storage pallet since it'll be more
Done.
roomy without you.
Done.
Okay.
I'm the smallest, and y'all are huge, so like, have fun.
Can I borrow some paper? I'll write the innkeeper that I talked to a note saying that this is who I'm sending
Sure,
to.
I'll give you one of my sheets of parchment.
You should just write haha psych on it.
I can read.
No.
Are you sure? Are you old enough? Did they teach you in dragon school?
Do they have school where you're from? I don't know. I haven't been.
I am older than all of your ancestors
That's
combined.
Doesn't mean you can read.
What I asked.
Do you mean older than like the generation gap, or older than all of their actual ages?
All of their
Not that it
ages.
actually matters. You're lying. I just want to know.
I'm not lying.
We
So-
heard the story about the little puppet that wanted to become a real boy, and every time he lied, his nose got bigger.
Do you see my nose getting bigger?
Or is
You're
that
not a
actually a
puppet,
thing?
you're a real boy.
You don't
You're
know.
also
You
not a
just
boy.
you heard the story.
Okay.
It is a word of mouth
So
story.
guys, we get to like the Geppetto equivalent land, and like there's a zone of truth. So every time like one of us tells a lie, it just gets bigger.
You never know.
Oh,
I'm gonna go there and be like, I'm a dragon, and be like, guess what? Noses are gonna be bigger.
Our zone's broken.
All right, who cast dispel magic?
I did.
Deception roll failed. All right, so the night wears on. I'll probably say it's like midnight-ish, so y'all can head back if you want. Y'all can kind of do whatever.
I'll lead the way for anyone who is fine with our private storage room.
Are you staying where in?
I'll just sleep on the floor in the inn somewhere.
All right,
I'm
so
not
that makes
super
more room
picky.
for us three if you're going.
Mhm.
with us.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you all want to make plans regarding tomorrow before?
We can share a room, but I'm sleeping on the bed.
She's gonna, I think she's gonna sleep on the floor.
I'm-
in this
she's
inn that
literally
we're
not
standing
leaving.
in. Like,
Okay.
she's gonna lay down and go to bed.
cool.
Oh, yeah, and I'll give you
It's gonna be like
directions
Sarah
to
and
where I
Dragon
went,
Age. Like, who's that?
obviously.
Did I win?
That's gonna be Jillian, like under the table.
Oh,
All right, how about we just meet back here since I'm pretty sure we'll lose her if we don't.
okay. Shortly after sunup.
If you guys don't
Yep.
decide to meet there, she's literally gonna wander off and try to go home. So that's
Yeah.
probably for the better.
Same.
Okay.
All right, so you guys head out to your respective inns, guild halls, floors for the night, and you find an evening's rest. You wake up the next morning. How many of y'all drank a lot?
We were all business.
I need you guys to make Constitution saving throws.
I dropped my chicken.
Not only you failed your dex save.
Natural one on the dex save.
Okay.
Chicken D20.
I'm actually scared to use this
12.
pink one.
12, okay.
That's not bad.
Okay. Cool. Like fun. Oh, 15?
15. What'd you get?
6.
You two are fine. You have a raging headache,
I am a.
and you are viciously nauseous.
I'm tiny.
Yeah, like, just the act of being awake makes you want to die.
I mean, that's every day.
More so than usual.
Was your little baby
That's
tolerant
a
for
joke. I
you?
always want to die.
Begging for the sweet release of death.
So you already have depression.
Jack's on you already want to die. Shoot him, he's the clone. Alan would never miss an opportunity to die.
Me.
Okay, so it is by a little after sunup. It's probably closer to noon by the time Phoebe gets there. But you guys all return back to the inn.
Can I wear yield sunglasses?
Yeah, yield sunglasses. What it is a band across your eyes with a slit cut out, and it's like black metal. You look like ye old Star Trek.
Jordy.
Doherty.
Well, good morning, sunshine.
The earth says hello.
How are you feeling?
I will strangle you.
Can you reach? Alright.
That's valid.
Alright.
How far is it to?
Leon?
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
trying
Yes,
to
we're
remember
going
where
to
we're going.
Leon.
Yes.
I don't take notes. I look
Also-
over her notes.
Or
Looking at my
so
notes is not gonna do you any good
Yeah.
right now.
Mine, you can look at mine.
Look at Katie's note.
I would rather look
Are you just writing memes, Jess?
kind of.
I'm trying to be prepared.
Gremlin in a garbage bag.
Don't give them away.
I can't wait. I can't wait for context. I can't wait.
Those are names in Soul Servant.
Yeah, definitely. So you all know, just based on the fact that y'all have been fighting out here, you guys know that that Leon is southwest of I haven't even memorized my words yet. So Lutetia is on the eastern coast, essentially ish. It's like a half a day's ride to get to the coast. And then Leon is maybe a week's ride southwest. And then Tier is a little bit up in the mountains in between the two.
We don't have horses.
How long is it walking?
Walking, I'd say at a good clip, it would maybe take you 2 weeks to get to Lyon. To get to Tier, it might take you like a week, 5 days to a week.
Is Tier on the way or is it?
Tier's on the
Okay.
Tier's like triangulated essentially. So if this is the map, so Lutetia's up here, Lyon is down here, and the mountains are up here. Tier is like right smack down.
Okay, so it's just like a little deviation.
It's just a little deviation.
We may as well stop there.
Yeah.
It's like it
Restop.
adds like another day to your walk.
And it'd be good to stop if it's a long journey because we can restop and stuff like that. Take a little break.
You humans and your breaks.
Oh my god, you can
shut the
keep
fuck
walking
up.
if you want.
Alright,
You
go
go
on
on
journey.
your
We
own.
should probably start heading out.
Are there like army purposed horses?
I'm assuming we had to have
Do we
some.
know where Phoebus is? Because we could talk to him about.
Oh yeah,
getting
let's
some
send
horses
Phoebe.
since
Phoebus
we're on-
mentioned he was going to go talk to Frollo, so that would probably be back in the more like government area. So back where you guys were staying. And then
I'll
I'm
go.
sure you can talk to whatever
bet you
military
I'll
personnel you
go.
need to
I'll talk
regarding
to him.
horses.
I'll talk to him.
I'll go with you.
We can all go together.
Yeah.
It's not
I'm
split
just.
up. Either me alone or we're all going together if you insist. I'm not going to be babysat.
We do insist. That's literally what we just said.
I don't need to be
Alright.
babysat, she says, in her sunglasses, because you drink too much.
No, you're doing it wrong. I don't need to be babysat.
Yes, that. Yeah, so
You want to get a step stool and fight me, honey?
Let's go see if Phoebus got us.
yes.
Would we know where to find?
I'm gonna take a swing.
Yeah. So Phoebus is speaking to Frollo.
She's taking a swing at me.
Okay, roll an attack.
I didn't even see what happened.
What did you roll? A 1?
One.
Okay. Okay.
Dice
So you go to throw a punch at Jillian. What you don't realize is that the floor is still wet from all the beer that has spilled over the course of the night. And you slip. And you fall face first onto the floor. And you take 2 points of damage. And your nose is bleeding.
With a giggle, I help her up and.
Oh, I push you off. Alright. Alright, let's go see Phoebus.
I think we're ready to go.
Or wait, are we seeing Phoebus or Frollo?
Frollo.
Okay.
And we would know where to find him.
Yes,
Alright.
you know Frollo. Yeah, you know where
We're going to
Frollo's
see
like office.
Frodo.
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 That is the wrong universe, my friend.
What the hell is his name?
Froyo.
I call him Mushroom Head in
You
my
heard
head.
Froyo.
Roldar is what it was.
Hey,
Oh,
it's
oh,
Froyo.
Froyo. That sounds about right.
Suddenly,
If we were in Spain,
Spain.
that would be right.
yes, suddenly you're in Spain, Froyo.
Oh my god.
So I head that direction.
Okay.
Assuming everyone's going with me.
Yeah.
I'm going.
The hype men are following you.
Yes.
My hair is glowing and I'm sparkling.
God, again.
So you guys are making your way out there. It's empty. Like the streets are empty. Everybody partied super hard last night. So very few people are actually out and about, and the people who are You see quite a few actually that have that yield sunglasses look going on.
Look, you started a fashion statement.
Of course I did. I'm a god.
Of course you are, darling.
That's sacrilegious.
I am literally a god.
Okay.
As you guys approach, you do see it is, this big government building. It's rather imposing. It's not very tall, but it's just got a very like almost utilitarian look to it. And it just has like shadows. It just doesn't look very inviting. You do see a couple of guards, standing watch at the entrance.
I walk up, trying to look like I own the place.
And they look at you and they go, "What business do you have here?"
And I move my hair so that they can see the pin again.
They look at it and they look back at you.
And, we're on orders of Phoebus. We're to speak to him today. We need more information before we set off on a mission that he has given us privately.
They look at each other, and one of them goes right here, and he opens the door and goes inside. Maybe 2-3 minutes later, he comes back out and goes, "Phoebus isn't here, but Judge Frollo says he'll speak with you."
Judge Froyo.
I'm sorry, she's not from here, and it's hard to spit a speech in public.
It's a dialect, you know how it is. I wouldn't know anything about that.
He looks at you and just suppresses a smile. It's like, right.
Sounds like something with the speaking.
So the guards simultaneously open the door for you, and then you see a third one actually inside who directs you to follow him.
I like beckon everyone.
So he takes you for a short walk down a hallway and opens up. There's closed, like, that deep oak door, like, very richly decorated. So the outside is pretty utilitarian, but the inside is, like, carved woods and carved, like, dark woods. It's very deep and very beautifully decorated. And the guard gives a knock on the door. You hear a very deep, almost resonant voice. Say, "Come in." And the guard opens the door and ushers you all through. As you all enter the room, it's not a very large office. It's maybe 15 by 15. And it's, for all the beauty of the decoration that's in it, there's not a lot of it. Really the most striking thing you see is the man sitting at the carved oak desk that's sitting in the back center of the room. He's wearing dark black robes. His hat with a red trail down the back is hanging up on the side of the wall. You see him and he's looking down and he's obviously signing some paperwork, and he looks up and he goes, "Yes. So you are the ones Phoebus is sending to me."
Naturally.
Howdy.
I stand back a little bit.
It's really hard to get into Frollo, like,
Froyo. Just think of him as Froyo.
That makes it
the
worse.
opposite thing. That's like the opposite. So he looks at you and he goes, "Naturally, for your services rendered, in the fight and going forward, we can afford to give you some of the requisitioned forces to accomplish this. We can give you a small stipend to start you off."
How small are we talking?
I'm sure it'll be quite sufficient.
He cocks an eyebrow at you and just doesn't answer.
Really, you want to talk about small
It's
right
fine.
now?
He actually opens up a drawer on the side of his desk and pulls out a pouch, and he goes, "I trust this will be sufficient," and just puts it on the desk.
I'm gonna
in
reach
front
over
of him.
and just take it and then like go back in the back.
We're gonna find her like sitting on the pouch.
I am keeping an eye on her
Okay.
as we talk, just
I'm
to
not
make sure
leaving
she's
the
not
room.
stealing
She
any
just
of the
scooted-
coins out of the pouch or anything.
You just scooted to the back next to me.
No, I know. I'm not trying to do anything sneaky. I just wanted the money.
That's pretty sneaky.
I'm not leaving the room.
I'm not trying to do anything sneaky. I'm just trying to take the gold.
Well, I'm not like leaving
I
the
know,
room.
I'm
I'm
kidding.
not trying to sneak anything out. I just took the bag and I'm sitting down.
Yeah. Okay.
I
there
just
any
want you to make sure
information
you don't
having
take any
things
out of the
with
bag
him?
without letting us know.
I'm right next to it.
Anything we need to know.
Frollo looks, you know, he kind of thinks for a minute. He goes, not that I know of. We just know that this is the souls visibly leaving people is not an act of a holy person. This is obviously something dark and
You'd know a lot about that, I bet. Holy things, I mean.
good cover. I was about to say no. He looks at you and goes, yes, I you know, this isn't right. This has never happened before and shouldn't be happening. And you know, we have some people who are investigating it, but until we know for sure what is going on, we need everyone to be on alert as much as possible.
Is there someone specific we should inform in
Yes, and he looks through papers. Like he doesn't remember the man's name, and he thinks for a minute. He goes, I can't remember the man's last name, but his title is magistrate. You must speak with magistrate there, and he can give you audience with the king and the prince, and I'm sure they will be very interested to hear what you have to say.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yes, it does.
one more thing? In your, collection of supplies, you don't happen to have like a child-sized leash, something that can be wrapped around, like, you know what I'm talking about? For persons unnamed, we may need it.
If you even try.
Frollo
I
purses
didn't
his
say
lips
it
like
before.
he just ate like something very sour or like very bad tasting. He just looks and he goes, unfortunately, no. You might take it up with the horse master.
Good. All right. Cool.
If you even try.
I didn't say it was for you, darling. No
Well,
need
we
to get
appreciate your
defensive.
time.
There goes my pencil.
He's someone we would have heard of. It's
Yes,
not
you all
so-
know who Frollo is.
Mhm.
You just know him as a big government official. You know he
Sour
is
mushroom on a stick,
important.
he does.
Like to the point where, like Captain Phoebus personally answers to this man.
Okay.
So
It's my business to find out information. Else whatever it's not. Do we need anything else?
Where would we find the horses?
you actually saw them coming into the city. The stables were right outside the stable walls.
So anyone at the stables would just be happy to give them to us upon your
Word
order.
of
Do I
mouth.
need? Okay, don't need any orders from you.
Yeah.
Right. Sounds fantastic.
And so you all are dismissed from Frollo's presence.
Right. A bow.
I don't. I
He-
just leave.
Nods back
Short
and
enough, he was like a bow
returns
anyway.
this paperwork.
All right, let's go get some horses.
How much money is in that gold pouch you gave us?
Make an investigation check.
Oh boy.
I'm proficient. I'm not gonna use that dice.
Can you
Probably
count?
shouldn't.
Well, let's
It's
find
hard,
out.
it's hard to count a bag of gold while you're walking, so.
Oh, that's actually good.
Yeah, it's good. It's money. That is a 20 non-natural.
Okay, cool. During the whole conversation with Frollo, you're kind of like picking through, and it's all gold. Like he handed you a fairly large size of gold. And
Oh, actually 19.
19. Okay, fairly large size of gold. And math equations are like running across your face trying to calculate how much gold based on the circumference of this bag. Like how much
I'd
gold.
probably be pretty good at that.
Yeah. You and your math.
I'm a dragon. Gold is like everything.
It's true.
2,000 years of experience of it too. figuring it out just by looking.
You figure there's probably about 50 gold pieces in here.
Not bad. So you're holding gold, so you're going to be paying the people that we need to pay. We all saw you take the bag.
I mean, you're mature enough as a 1,000-year-old being to hand over gold whenever they need it, don't you?
But they're giving us the horses. We don't need to pay people just
We do
yet.
have to pay people to sleep in inns and to eat.
Yeah, but not yet.
And
Or do we want to divide it up now?
Or have you
We
even
need a
told us
party
how much it is?
inventory.
No,
So-
I haven't mentioned how much is there. I'm just like, not bad. That's all I've said.
No, but we all know you have the money. So
No, I
you're
know,
going
but
to
I'm not
be-
telling you how much money is in it.
I think we can trust her to pay people when they need to be paid. Keep her honest.
Good luck.
Good life lesson.
Yes.
See, now she's struggling. Does she keep it or does she try to prove us wrong?
She's thinking about it. Alright, we'll just take a couple minute break because Jeannie had to go.
Okay. All right. I'm making another drink.
Alright.
My cup's been empty for a while.
Wow,
I don't want to
shit.
leave.
Dang.
Priorities.
Yee.
Are we going to pause the stream? Or are we gonna roll?
I think we're just gonna keep rolling.
Okay.
We can just
Hello,
chat.
guys. I hope you don't find me too
Hi.
annoying.
Hello. I don't know if anyone is watching, but
I'm a horrible person.
we'll see. And then luckily, the good thing about this is it automatically archives the videos, so it'll automatically be in our archive once we're done
What
filming.
is her alignment? I need to know.
Okay, I actually wanted to ask you about this because her deity is neutral good, but she has chaotic good written on her sheet.
She can be either, as long as it's a good alignment, she can
Okay,
be
that's
any
fine.
of them.
I'm
Um,
fine with
chaotic
it.
good.
Light
Yeah.
is when you go inside the kitchen, just, it's literally, there's a light switch right there, and it's the first one with
I'm
the
not
little
saying
green
my
dots.
We could all out of character, we all know.
Wait, if there's one left, can y'all save it for me?
Yeah.
I bought it.
Because I paid money. It's all good. It's all good. Cider.
It's so good.
It is delicious. I cannot have it anymore.
Oh no!
It's got bubbles in it.
I'm so sorry.
I do miss cider. I miss cider and mimosas a lot.
Mimosas. Oh no!
It's the worst.
You can't even have screwdrivers either.
No, can't have. Nope. Yeah. So I can't have like really acidic drinks. So I can't have lemonade. Like,
Oh.
yeah. So like things that are super acidic, I can't.
There's like low acid orange juice.
Yes, I can drink that, and I do like that. That's actually really good.
Because that's the kind of orange juice we have at our apartment because Jay doesn't like acid.
Gotcha.
We have no pulp and no acid. I hate pulp.
That's fair.
I'll have to watch it later on to see like how loud I need to sing because I don't know and I didn't want to like belt it out. So.
Everyone was pretty quiet, and I think it got picked up.
Okay.
I'm a little worried about the echoey that we had for like
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Let me see when that text was.
And
Actually.
I am the closest to the camera, so I probably need to tone it down.
Yeah, you and me both.
Okay.
No, I'm just like,
Is there one more
I can
still?
totally fit. I just,
Yeah.
This
Cool.
is the this is still our car. I didn't know if that was fair game, but I got it.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, I saw it out. And
Otherwise, I'm more than happy to put it back. The top's not
Actually, I think those are Megan's.
oh, okay. I can bring
Yeah.
more. Like I saw those, I was like, it's fine. But
Okay.
yeah, I can bring more next week.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. If they are.
Actually, I wonder if I can order Drizzly.
Yeah.
Well, there's only 15 minutes before all of the alcohol places close. So
Oh yeah.
that wouldn't
never
matter.
mind. Sorry, guys.
Next week.
No, that's fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just remind me.
E.
I have extra money.
Cool.
I got chaotic good for my alignment. by the
Yeah.
way. I don't know if that's actually where I'm going.
We had echoing for half an hour,
Oh.
Oh no.
so we're gonna have to be real careful about that.
Okay.
But
But it's fixed now.
yes, it's fixed.
Okay.
Yeah.
good.
So whoever told me that, your number wasn't in my phone, but thanks, fam.
Who are you? Because I want to know who's watching. Like,
I don't know.
I don't. Can you see how many people are watching?
We had 2 viewers last I checked, but I'm pretty sure one of them was me. So
Oh.
That's cool.
Actually, no, it wasn't. There was an icon that said 2 people were watching, and that's when I was on like the big.
Hello, people. I hope we
List.
learn who you are, because
Post in the chat. Tag us on Facebook. Tag us on Twitter. The Twitter names are listed actually on our page.
oh, did you listen?
Mhm.
Oh.
See,
I haven't been on. I can't see the screen because it's like.
Yeah, all the Twitter handles are listed. So tweet at us. Talk to us on Facebook. Talk to us on Twitch chat.
I'm literally always on Twitter, so Twitter is the best for me.
Whatever works best.
I am always on Twitter. I sleep tweet.
Sleep tweet. Just roll over in bed. And
I really do that. I will wake up and be like, gotta check Twitter, and then I'll go back to sleep.
Oh my god.
It's bad.
That's amazing.
I just want to see if I can see it on the app, and I had to like download it and sign up, and I'm like, okay, now.
Yeah,
I'm
watching it. Yeah, I'm watching it.
Hi, Katie.
Hello. The camera is so smooth. Oh, God bless. Like, I'm so glad I sprung. So this camera right here is like a pro streaming camera.
Oh, nice.
It films at 1080p. But we're not
turn
doing.
that down a little bit. No, I'm kidding.
I did actually. It is actually at 720 with 30 frames a second. So.
Do we have any trash? I haven't generated any trash. My carbon footprint is low currently. Okay.
You don't have to show off. Okay?
This is your trash too, so you can shut it.
She's showing off with her new trash.
I can't get out.
Well, no, I don't know if we were throwing it away or if you were handing it to me. I didn't know what was happening.
I think both. Thank you, Justice.
Who whispered, "Oh my God"? What's going on?
She's on.
Oh. That's precious.
It's the week of Inigo's birthday, so the artist was like, "All right, time to only draw Inigo all week," and I'm like, "Yes, gosh."
So you know how Travis Willingham's birthday was yesterday?
Yep.
I think his birthday's today, isn't it?
It was
No,
yesterday.
it was yesterday.
Yeah,
Laura-
while they were playing Critical Role.
Yeah, Laura posted it.
Oh, nice.
So my uncle is actually good friends with Tony Romo,
Dang.
and we are gonna try and get Tony Romo to like film like a happy birthday for Travis.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
He'd go crazy.
He would probably die. I don't know if he likes Tony Romo though. Like even people who are Cowboys fans just don't like Tony Romo.
It's still, I mean, it's still.
It's
So
still
cool.
a really big
Yeah.
Cowboys
Yeah.
person. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
It's
but
Barack Obama's birthday.
He's a
It
Leo.
is. He's a
Good.
always,
Oh, that's today?
yeah.
My brother's birthday today, too.
Yeah, I got the notification on Facebook.
Uh,
I forgot to wish him a happy birthday. Happy birthday,
just-
deserter.
Happy birthday,
Right,
Barack.
yeah. Send that to Aaron. Send it to your brother right now. Happy birthday, Barack Obama.
No, don't say Obama. Just say happy birthday, Barack.
oh my god.
My birthday is in
He is currently on a flight, so.
My birthday was last week.
My birthday is in a month and some days. Month and 6 days.
Mine's in 7 months.
What are you?
September 10th. I'm a Virgo.
I was like, you're not a Scorpio. Like, that's
No.
October.
No. I am Virgo, Taurus, Virgo. So
I am Leo, Cancer. More like a Cancer. I have Scorpio and Sagittarius.
Hallie is a Cancer, Taurus.
Yeah, I think
He's like
Sagittarius.
No, she's literally like the Sagittarius poster child.
Yeah.
mine is Leo, Virgo, Leo, so.
You are also the Leo poster child. You're still the Leo poster child.
Very close to being the Leo poster child of Virgo moon, yeah.
I have a Scorpio moon. Please feel sorry for me.
I do. I feel sorry for anyone
Please
who's
feel
Scorpio.
sorry for me.
I feel sorry for Scorpios.
My mom was into that and did like my star chart when I was a kid, and I was like, Pisces, Cancer, Taurus.
Mm.
And she was like,
my water child and my fire child, because Aaron's like Leo, Taurus, Sagittarius. It's really easy to
Did
see.
Jeannie die?
Where did she go? That 5-minute break though.
It's been a lot longer than
No, we only broke off. I think at like 8:43 or something like that. It's only been like
a really long break.
it's been like 6 minutes.
And now for a 4-hour rendition of My Heart Will Go On.
Okay, but for real, guys, I played the oboe, so like that was the
That
worst.
was your jam.
No, it was the worst because there was a solo, but they always made 2 people play it, and I
For
don't
some
know if
reason,
you know
that just
middle
reminds me of
school
the
oboes
the
there.
Vine
No.
with the guy.
Tuning is not a thing they can do.
That reminds me of the Vine with the guy with the recorders that like he has them both in his nose and he's like do 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 do.
John Cena.
He did it like the recorders through his nose.
That reminds me
That
of
was amazing.
the Vine with the lobster on the skateboard, and someone's like, "It's the final countdown with the kazoo."
Oh my god.
My favorite. My favorite is the one with the beach and all the umbrellas, and they're like,
Run.
run.
The umbrellas are being pushed by the wind and like chasing people. It's great.
I love Vine.
I love Vine. So
R.I.P.
I know.
much. R.I.P.
I've been on Vine all day. So
You talk about Vine literally every day.
All day, every day.
We talk about it all day at work. Me and Ruby.
What's another good one?
Are we just gonna talk about vines now? Is that
It's
what we do?
high news.
No,
Or
one of the
D&D
kids,
and
like,
D and Vines.
D&D and Disney
he turns
and Vines.
around and it's 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
That one is the best one.
I like the joke's too funny. I'm not going back to jail.
No, my favorite is the one with the guy like driving next to the big truck and he's anyway, she told me she wanted to eat my ass.
That's me.
Oh my god.
There's
That
also
is the
the-
most relatable.
It is Wednesday, my dude.
I like the one, the guy's vaping, and then someone goes, Trisha goes,
I
I
love that
one too.
and then that one, and then it's like, so basically, and then it's like someone boxes him in the ear and goes, oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
What's another
And
one?
like this really chill British accent's the best.
Like, hi, welcome to Chili's.
Hi, I'm Chili's.
I was like the one of, I think her name's Claire, where like it's playing like the old 80s music, and then it's like titled like Who's That Girl? And like she's the curly hair, the tie-dye shirt, and the braces. Yeah, Chloe, that was it. And she turns around, she's like, it's behind her head, and then at the end she's like turns around and she's like, I love Vine.
Oh, from the, with the, it's got the intro to Take On Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it drawn in pencil?
No.
Yeah, no, it's not. I get you on that. I love that music video.
She posted like a tweet not too long ago, and she's like, a lot of people are posting like then and now pictures, but like I got hot.
She really did. She
Yeah.
glowed up like hardcore. I'm trying to think of another one that I really like.
Yeah.
I don't like the animal ones, just the pet ones. There's one that has a pug, like literally just lying in a pot filled with water with sunglasses on. It's like
Taking a bath.
the most chill. It's the best.
So bad.
Pug bath.
I love it.
I retweet a lot of Vines.
I love vines.
I thought that are they still housed even though Vine was canceled?
Yes, they're still
Most of them
there.
are. Some are gone, some are not. Like the ones that had like no views are gone,
Mhm.
but other ones are.
The more popular ones are not. So, Katie, do you remember Liam, maybe a week or 2 weeks ago, posted and talking about like, I don't know, like having kids or something, like in the D&D world, and I can't remember what it was, but it was so perfect. It made me think of the Vine, where the guy goes with a Russian, he goes, "Son, yes, Papa. How old are you? 3, Papa. I want you to go out and kill a bear. Just one." And I was like, take out the bear bit,
Oh my
and that's Liam.
The
Or not Liam, that's Max with his son. How
Oh,
old are
this
you?
one.
3.
This one's also
Go
funny.
kill a dragon. Just one.
My mom's card dragon.
Where's the bee? There's a bee?
Where's the bee? My name's Michael with the bee. The bee is silent.
And I've been afraid of wait. Where's the bee? There's a bee.
I do like that one a lot.
Where's Ginny?
Oh,
Bailey
told me that you love that one that was like Coco or like the guy was talking about food or something. Dang it! I wish I remembered more than mine. All I remember was the end. He said like
Coco Chanel.
no, it was the same word twice, and it was like Roko or something like that.
Oh, it was the one where he's like, "Hey, for chat, yeah, like, do you have the whatever like dangle to dongle adapters like Coco?"
Yeah, that's it. Coco. I'm glad you got that because I didn't remember what he said.
Yeah.
There's one vine that's this girl, and she's like leaning up on the counter. She goes, "Mom, I spilled lipstick in your Valentino bag." And then goes over to her mom. She's like,
One of my friends that like she thinks that's like she's like I don't know Bailey's mom, but that's what I imagine she sounds like.
lipstick.
Nicole. It was
You
Nicole
guys are
who
getting
said
some
that.
quality content.
Hey guys,
This is our Twitch stream where we talk about vibes.
we're horrendous meme lords.
Jeez, that's
I don't even know what I walked into.
that. This is what
We
happens.
can edit that out, right?
Yeah.
Don't ever leave the room again, Jeannie.
That's it. We're editing that out in post.
You gotta glue that holds
Alright,
us together. We're doing that in post.
Okay.
We're gonna go
Okay.
get horses.
We were getting horses.
Yes.
We're
Hopping back
still getting
in.
horses?
Well, we
waited for
talked
you.
about you.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still playing. I'm sorry.
No, we were talking about
No,
vines.
we took our 5
We
plus
took
7
breaks
and a break.
and
Okay.
it's all good.
Yeah.
That's rather amusing. So,
Alright.
leaving the building. God damn it, that stupid video. It's stuck in my head now. No.
Going to leave me.
Don't. You've ruined pasta for me. So, you
She's
guys,
really playing into the teenage persona now. She's got
really
a meme
is.
stuck in all of her
suddenly
heads.
she's a 13-year-old boy. It makes so much more sense now. So you guys leave Frollo's office. The guards, kind of needlessly, you saw them coming in the city. The guards kind of needlessly tell you which way the stables are. They tell you who to speak with, and just say that, Judge Frollo, it was on Judge Frollo's word, and, with the permission of Captain Phoebus, and y'all should be squared away. Good to go.
Nice. Okay. Let's head to the stables.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Continue on.
All right. So, as you guys make your way, nearing the city gates, it actually hits midday, and so as you're leaving, you actually start hearing the pealing of the bells in Notre Dame, signaling midday, and you can still hear them, a little bit more echoey once you're outside the walls, but they're there. It provides, if you're that kind of person, it provides you a sense of comfort. So you guys leave, and you do see rather massive stables. Obviously, this is where most of the military has left their rides. I said that like it was some kind of motorcycle. They've left their beasts of burden, and you do see a couple people out like tending to the horses that are kind of in the nearby pasture and what have you.
I walk up to the least secure looking stable hand.
Okay, it's a boy of about 10.
But perfect.
Don't kiss him.
He's 10.
Apparently that doesn't stop you. I'm just saying, don't kiss him.
Literally a baby.
Just talk to the stable hand.
Okay.
I'll handle her. You just go talk to the stable hand.
So I kind of look up to him and I'm like, "What's your name?"
You look at you guys.
Ivan. Hi, Ivan. I'm sure you're in charge here.
No.
Well, who's in
my
charge
turn.
here?
That's Stuart.
Stuart?
Stuart, yeah.
Okay. Which one's Stuart?
I don't see him. Stuart! Stuart! And he like,
said I had a speech impediment.
Yeah, you keep saying you're a dragon. I'd say that was a speech impediment.
And so Ivan kind of runs around a little bit, just for a few seconds, and then you hear this, Ivan! That's enough! I heard you the first time! And Ivan just grins his big old grin. You see his little gap teeth. And just, found him! And the man approaching you is older, probably thinking about it, around Frollo's age, but he's a lot heftier. He's got broader shoulders. I mean, his face is weathered. Like he looks like he's spent his life like outside working with horses. And
I reach down to like shake the little boy's hand, tell him thank you, and I like palm him a silver piece.
he's like, and he actually that's a natural 20. Stuart sees it and he just raises an eyebrow and goes, better put that away before I take it from you. Ivan goes and runs off. So Stuart kind of cocks a grin. He goes, I'm Stuart. I'm head of the stables here. How can I help you?
Well, we're here on Decree of Frollo by way of Captain Phoebus. We're on a very important mission, and we have to have 4 war horses to take us on the way. 5. There are 5 of us. 5 war horses. I meant that.
So one of them needs a booster seat.
Right. I forgot. I thought you could fly because you're a dragon.
I told you I'm not in my true form.
Whatever you say.
Horses.
Need 5 horses. Maybe a little one for.
I would like
Give
a
me
war
one of
horse.
those like miniature horses, the ones that are like that should be big enough for
Oh,
her.
I'm a war horse.
Now you're a war horse?
No, I want a war horse.
You need to make up your mind, honey.
Also, I'm 4'11", so I'm like 5 feet.
It's just a
Stuart kind of looks at you
horses.
and goes, yeah. I got a messenger saying y'all would be coming. Let's head to the stable and see what we got. So he takes you all into the stables, and you do see war horses, and the one that stands out the most is this huge, like all midnight black, like beautiful stallion, like
I want it.
gorgeous, who is just kind of like stamping his feet and like throwing his mane back, and he's giving, you notice, poor Ivan just a hell of a time. Ivan is trying to get a bridle on him, obviously to lead him out. Okay. Obviously to like lead him out somewhere, and he's just having none of it. And Stuart kind of looks over at him and he goes, Ivan, I'll be there in a minute. And he goes, that's Frollo's horse. He's very particular about its handling.
I still want that.
I'm sure we can find you something suitable.
Yeah, that.
So Stuart actually ends up pulling out horses more meant for speed. So there's quarter horses, maybe a thoroughbred, and then he goes, I think I might have something that would suit you. And he goes out and he pulls out.
Swear to God, he grabs a podium. I'm gonna punch him in the face.
When he first comes out, the horse is decidedly smaller than these others. However, it is also extremely beautiful. This horse is like a sheen, like pearly gray. And Stuart kind of looks at you and goes, this horse is from Bakat. This is an Arabian. This was
No.
this was to be a gift to Captain Phoebus, but unfortunately, we noted it's a tad small.
Meant for Captain Phoebus, you say?
Yes.
It's a good one.
Can I inspect the horse to see actually, like...
Don't kiss it.
I'm not gonna kiss it. Like, how good it is.
Roll an animal handling check.
What about nature?
No, animal
I
handling.
don't know what to expect.
It's okay, I have high wisdom.
Okay.
What do you do if she's actually a dragon?
23.
Oh shit. Okay.
My highest roll.
Yeah.
When she just ate the horse? True.
You have the urge, but you fight it back. For some reason, you actually feel like you know how to handle horses. So, like, you check the teeth and make sure the gums are okay, and you check the hooves and make sure they're shoed properly, and you check the flank and make sure that the spine's not messed up anywhere. Like, you're checking the muscles. Like, you do a thorough examination. Stuart actually was not expecting this, and he kind of lets you do it. He's more shell shocked by the fact that you look like you know what you're doing. So he just kind of lets you take it over.
Does it look faster than the others?
Make a perception check.
9.
This horse looks amazing.
Alright.
This is the fastest horse, and you know how you can tell? The mane is wavy. It's been in the wind more.
This will do.
Stuart goes, I thought you might like it. And has his other stable hands help you kind of like.
Also, can I see if he was lying about that it was meant for Captain Phoebus?
Sure. An insight check? Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
10.
He was telling the truth, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Yeah, you assume he was telling the truth. He hasn't lied to you yet, so.
Okay. Wait, this will do.
So he has some of his other stable hands like help you saddle the horses and get them all ready, while he goes over and helps Ivan kind of bridle Frollo's horse and get him out to pasture. You notice that Frollo's horse gets the pasture all to its own, all to itself.
My God. They honor that one.
Just a little. He's a biter.
Me too.
Stuart just kind of, and Ivan's like, really?
Yeah.
Fighting's terrible. You shouldn't do
So
it.
that's what Stuart says. Why do you still bite? You're older than me.
Honey, I'm older than your grandmother.
I have a question.
That's really funny.
I'm not
And he
kidding.
goes off and continues his job.
I just thought over the logistics of riding a horse.
Oh.
I don't have feet to properly use a saddle.
Well, you're a goat. You can gallop.
I can't go that fast.
I
So-
imagine that they would have like special
Yeah, I would-
stirrups for your feet.
They have a side saddle.
Okay, cool.
Oh my God.
You're riding side saddle.
I don't know. I was going to say I could ride on someone else's horse too, but that's fine.
Yeah. No, they have a side saddle for you. And instead of like, you know how like at Ren fairs they have like those leather pouches that you can put like flasks in or whatever? They have something like that that's like, it's adjustable, but it looks like it's meant for hooves. And it's like where the stirrups would normally be, so it's like little pouches for your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have little hoof bags.
Hoof bags.
Oh God.
Sounds like an illicit deal.
I got the goods. You got the stuff.
Yeah, I got a bunch of book bags.
Yeah, Spy size. So you guys all are saddled up, and you have a direction, and y'all are off. How quickly do y'all want to set out?
So on horseback, it's only going to take about 3 or 4 days to get to Tierra.
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 Yeah.
I mean, probably that pace. Don't want to run the horse to death or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So, what did we say horses can go? What is their speed normally?
It's like 40 miles.
40 miles a day?
Look at that up at one point.
Yeah. Well, because we said humans can go about 20 miles a day,
Sounds
generally.
right.
So we'll say horses can go 40 miles a day. So you guys head out, and the horses, I mean, just even walking, the horses make pretty good time. You know, y'all can go faster or slower if you want.
A brisk pace.
Brisk pace.
Yeah, with like intermittent, slower periods to rest them, so they're not.
Sure.
Of course, they'll run until their hearts explode.
Yes.
So, resting and things like that.
Okay. Because you guys headed out around midday, I'd say you probably get, let's say, 15, 20 miles out by the time night falls. And you guys are starting to get into a more hilly area. It's less kind of flatland and coastline and more into foothills and higher altitudes.
In such a way that it like impedes our progress,
No.
or okay.
Just you are realizing that there is a gradient to your route now. Not much of one, but there is one.
Have we heard of anything like we need to watch out for on these roads?
Dragon,
Relatively
apparently.
safe.
That's right.
Actually, roll another animal handling check for me.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Thanks for reminding me that you're a dragon.
The horse and let us know.
Do you want to move your figure out of the way, maybe? Because it's like
What
the
did you
second
roll?
or third time that's happened. Plus your...
Can I reroll that because it hit my mini?
What did it land on?
5.
A 5? No, keep
So that's a 9.
a 9. Okay. Your horse, for all its beauty and its speed, seems very skittish and does not like listening to you. Like, it listens because the other horses are doing what they're being told to do, but it's skittish.
You were rolling so well yesterday, and now you're rolling so badly.
No, that's a horse.
The horse is doing barrel rolls.
I-
That is how it's traveling.
I am talking to the dice. I am speaking to the dice.
It's like
Me,
it's like the
human
video of the
being.
horses like rolling down the hill for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Everything all right over there?
Mind your own business.
Damn.
Okay.
Okay, so it's getting to be, so I'll say the sun is setting right now. Where you are again is you're kind of in foothills. There's a slight gradient. There are some trees. You're coming into a forested area. You haven't really gotten to it yet, but there are more trees than there were when you first set out because it's less farmland.
I say we stop for the night outside of the forest. Traveling at night is always risk of horse breaking a leg.
Yes,
And that would definitely be bad for us. So.
Okay.
It's hard for me to see.
So you guys are heading into the forest?
Staying on
just
like the
outside.
Oh,
outskirts.
the outskirts of it. Okay. So you ride maybe another hour or so. Like the sun has set at this point, and you're on the borderline of the forest. The trees they're around you, but they're sparse. So
Is it a good spot?
all right, you guys want to set up camp?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who's doing what?
I'm taking last watch.
Okay.
Let's get a fire going. Yeah. Let's see. I should have some stuff for that.
I
I'm
have
assuming there's like felled branches.
I have a
Yeah.
tinderbox. That's
Nothing
fire, right?
but the help.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, I have a tinderbox and all that good stuff. So between the two of us, so I'll gather some wood.
Here I am sitting on my juice box.
We're adults.
We are adults.
Yeah, I'll gather some wood and make a fire.
Yeah, cool.
You helping?
Yeah.
Okay. We are gathering wood and making a fire.
Sweet. So you guys, rather quickly, short work. I mean, you guys have been essentially out traveling for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's old hat at this point to you. Very, very easily done. You have a roaring fire within minutes.
So I'll take first watch if Phoebe's taking last.
Okay.
I can go in the middle at some point. I can see fairly well. So
I can take second watch then.
So 1, 2, 3, 5. So your 4th watch. Camille.
Okay, sorry, there's stuff going
No,
on.
you're fine. So, you're taking first watch, okay? While everyone else goes to bed.
Before I go to bed,
Yes.
I take a really elaborate bath in scented soaps.
Amazing. Which soap do you use?
I have 2. I'm gonna use the rose and peony soap.
Okay.
And I have a special like water skin on my horse with bathwater that has flower petals in it.
Amazing. You
And
have
a
like a
sponge.
rose water bath.
Yeah, essentially.
Amazing. Okay. Yeah. You take a sponge bath with rose water.
Mhm.
Amazing.
And then I go to bed.
Okay. There's a very strong floral smell around camp now. It's mixing with like the flames, the horse and the sweat. And
Oh, rose water is kind of delicious. Kind of great.
You never eat
Go to bed.
You never eat anything with rose water.
Delicious.
I'm not drinking flowers like some kind of prissy. Go to bed.
Okay, fine.
Go right now. You need sleep.
Fine. Go to bed.
okay. I need you to let's see. There's 5 watches. We'll say 10 hours just to be easy. So we'll do 2-hour watches. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Perception. Okay. Oh, not bad. 18 total.
As you sit there, you get this old like marching chant in your head for some reason. Like it's something that was very common around camp when you were fighting with the military or whatever. And you just experience this wicked bout of deja vu. You're like, whoa, this has happened before for sure. But that's all that happens. That's the only random thing. So your watch comes to an end.
My turn.
That incident, yes. Okay. Go ahead and roll
Really
perception check for you.
terrible at this. I'm trying really hard to pay attention to everything around me. Oh, so hard that 16.
Okay.
It's a straight roll for me. I have no bonus this turn.
Yikes.
As you're sitting there, you see the campfire actually start to sputter and it goes out.
Was there like a wind that blew?
Mm-hmm. It was a pretty strong wind. The fire, like the kindling you all picked, it was good, but like it hadn't completely dried out yet for whatever reason. Like it just didn't burn as well as it should have, and it just went out.
Is it so hot enough that like if I press prestidigitation, some sparks it lights back up?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Kind of look around. Unsettling.
Then your shift ends with that. Trauma.
I wake you up and I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna keep it on fire. The wind is getting really strong, but it's not very dry.
Alright, roll a perception check for me.
16?
Okay. You sit there and you're looking at camp and you look over and you realize that the horses have gone and they've moved into the trees.
We didn't. I'll wait. Not you. You back up.
I was like, you better not
Yeah,
wake
she
me
was
up.
bad on the horse. The horses walked away.
Let's go get them.
Okay. Okay.
I go with him.
Okay. It takes you guys like 20 minutes or so, but you eventually get all the horses back out. And you tether them. Okay.
And I grumble slightly about needing beauty sleep.
So, aside from that, your watch ends without incident.
Okay. Then we'll look her up.
Camille's next. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Let me pull up my stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
14.
14. As you're sitting there doing your watch, you just begin to see the sky changing. Like the sunrise is just starting to come, and it's still very dark. It's like that pre-dawn dark, and it's these woods are lovely, dark and deep, and that's really all you notice. It's the gradual, that's the word I was looking for. I was like, genuine? No, that's not the word. Gradual light changes in the sky. So you go wake up the dragon.
You don't want to wake the dragon.
No, you don't.
It's your shift. You volunteer for
just
it.
go and nudge it, I guess.
Alright, so.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
8.
I
know.
Do you need to borrow
Oh no, she laughed. We're dead.
No.
Good.
Someone has to go ahead.
As you're looking up, and you're kind of looking all around you.
I want to fight somebody.
You don't really. There's nothing around to really fight, but you do notice, because the sky is brightening, the stars are disappearing. But as you look up, you see 1, 3, a handful of white streaks heading overhead, and they disappear.
It's your little dragon friends. I'm asleep. She's talking to her.
She mumbles in her sleep.
Hi,
Yeah.
dragon friends. Great.
That's weird.
That's all you notice. And then by that point, the
It's
sun.
not going to tell us jack shit.
What'd you say?
I said, and with that, the sun starts like visibly coming up.
And everyone starts getting out.
Yeah. Everybody starts waking up.
Hey, so we need to remember to tie our horses up.
You didn't remember to tie the horses up.
Nobody did. They all got away, and I had to get
You poor thing.
They're all tied up now. It's fine. Well, good thing you didn't wake me up. We have 4 party members.
If I woke you up, the horses would have run away more.
You keep scaring your horse. Of course it's scared of me.
I want to like pet the snout of her horse.
I'm gonna,
I thought you said
Not
her snout.
her horse. I was like, her beautiful
You
horse.
gently stroke her nose.
I'm going
That
to.
they gave her, not me.
I'm gonna try to like slap his hand away.
Okay. You roll for an attack.
That is 14.
I'm at 14.
Okay, so it hits. Reza, roll an animal handling check for me.
10, I think.
So as you go to stroke the horse's nose, you go to bat his hand away, but your hand actually ends up smacking the top of it. The sound startles the horse, and he like trots off.
Ah.
Get it back. It's your horse. You scared it.
Like he's taking off on a run, or he's just like getting away.
He is getting away. That was the sound, and it was close, and it is obviously the end of the world as far as the horse is concerned.
I'll go try to calm him down.
Go up, and he's pretty skittish. Roll an animal handling check at disadvantage.
You're both so mad.
Gosh. The horse looks at you, and like you take a step closer, he takes a step back. Step back. Step
We're
back.
technically resting. If I sang a song of rest, can I do that yet? I can't do that yet. Just kidding. I have a pretty high animal handling modifier. Can I like go after her and try to like help?
Sure. Again, disadvantage.
Just fine.
Do we
I'll go back.
all speak a different language, or like is it just all common?
Oh, I literally rolled the same number, so with the modifier, it's 20.
Yeah, it takes you a few minutes because the horse is skittish, but you do manage to bring him back into camp.
Maybe
As
we should switch horses.
No.
as far as languages go,
I'm
everybody,
trying to improve my dice, by the way.
they either speak common or they're like bilingual. So it's like Earth equivalent. It's English equivalent. And so like a lot of people, even if English isn't their first language, they speak it as a second. And so that's what common is essentially. So generally speaking, I'm not saying this is the case for everything, but generally speaking, everybody speaks common.
Say if this is specific language, I want to try to speak it to the horse because I'm probably saying the horse.
Okay, yeah, you
So
can
like try to calm it down, just make it feel something familiar.
what would that be? Bukkake? Yeah, we'll go bukkake. That's fine. That sounds nice. So, you know, you're like murmuring sweet nothings in Bukkake to the horse.
Yes.
And you know, you brought the horse back. The horse is chill. He's side-eyeing you real hard, but he's chill. So.
Just gonna like have its back leg and be like, go horse.
His flank twitches just
like
a little
really
bit.
awkwardly, but like not hard, just like
Yeah,
horse.
like tap tap. Okay. Tail swishes, flank twitches just a little bit.
I'm eating
Okay.
breakfast.
Sweet.
I'll join you.
How much farther do we have at this point?
You've gone the equivalent of like half a day. So to get to Tier, it would probably be another 2.5 to 3 days.
Okay.
We'll say for brevity's sake, we'll kind of role play through that. We won't have to do every single night. We'll just do this night, and then we'll do the night before you get in.
Okay.
So y'all have breakfast, and then what are you doing from there?
I don't know. Packing up camp,
Yeah,
getting
we
ready
should
to
just
go.
head out.
So you guys back at camp, and put out the fire, I assume.
Yes.
You did not put the forwards on
Yep.
fire.
Thank you.
Not this time, Kate.
I was thinking of, should I mention it? Should I be that?
I'm not the
person?
fire one this time.
I mean, if you want us to be specific,
But I
I will
thought you were a
definitely
dragon.
be specific.
I'm a poison dragon. We're not all fire.
Not not all dragons.
Fire, fire, fire. The red ones are snotty. Like,
I mean, you
There's
would
nothing wrong
know.
with being red.
And I see fire.
I said the red dragons. Are you a dragon?
No.
We're all dragons here. I'm a dragon. You're a dragon.
All right. So the next couple of days are spent similarly, teasing and skittish horses.
The next 3 days are just, I'm a
At some
dragon,
point-
you're a dragon.
At some point, I'm like, I even have scales, and I like move my like the side of my toga aside, and you see a couple of like sort of like purple and green, like iridescent scales, just like a small grouping right on my shoulder.
Amazing. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's amazing.
Maybe she's a dragon too. Do y'all know each other?
No, dragons know each other.
I mean, you would know.
Hashtag not all dragons.
Yields Twitter.
Oh my god.
Literal birds.
Yeah, you hand it to a bird, and it takes
And
the
they put it
message
on a wall.
cantrip.
It's a message cantrip. It comes in the form of tweets.
Subtweeting is grabbing a bird and throwing it at someone.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
You take the message that somebody else messaged you, and you message it to someone else.
You're juggling a whole bunch of birds. You're retweeting.
Oh my god.
So you guys head out. You end up going into the foothills, and where you are now, it's like patches of forest. So some of it's forest, some of it's grassland, meadows, that kind of thing. It's kind of patchy at the moment, but where the forest you do go through is fairly dense. You do pass a couple of villages on the way, nothing huge, but night falls on the second day. No, third day. Sorry, I had to think about that.
Third day.
Does 24 hours remain. So you, in a fair distance, I'd probably say maybe 15, 20 miles, you do see lights from a town. The only reason you can see them is because it's in an open area and it's the only light anywhere. And plus the nights have been really clear, and it's been actually super easy travel. You guys are really freaking lucky. You have missed every single like bandit and goblin run-in that I had.
Dang it, I actually wanted to fight. I'm not kidding.
Sorry, ma'am.
You feel bad.
I want to use my my crazy AC.
So you guys, you know, you see your destination. It's there. You just need to spend one more night, and you'll be there mid-morning by tomorrow.
Do we
Unless
need to make
you
any
wanna-
more rolls through the night, or are we just gonna sleep and then continue?
Well, I'll just say you guys can sleep. You guys are close enough to the town that if anything should happen, like it shouldn't be particularly difficult to get help. So you guys take watches. I actually am going to roll just for something to happen. Yes.
Don't say that.
I really want something.
So that's okay. Okay. About halfway through the night, depending on whose shift that is, you don't see anything, but you hear this really loud, like guttural, monstrous roar.
Halfway through, I guess, would be
Me?
Yeah. It's loud. Actually, the rest of y'all who are asleep, I need you to just roll a straight d20 for me.
And I have the alert
Nice.
feat, by the
I
way.
got an 18. I got a 2. She got a 1.
I still have the alert feat.
Okay. What does that do?
You can't be surprised if you're conscious. I don't think being asleep counts as conscious. I think that's kind of.
So who got over a 10? Alright, you're woken up. The three of you sleep through it. Like, that's literally all that happens, is that you three just literally
Useless motherfuckers.
you three sleep through this.
At least kick us awake or something.
You are, like, snoring and drooling.
Are we sure she's not the monster?
I don't think so.
I've been listening to her snore every night. I don't think it's her.
Yeah, I probably snore.
What direction do you hear it in?
Perception?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Why am I rolling so badly?
Oh.
22?
So it takes you a minute because the echoing is kind of like bouncing off the foothills and the mountains that you're getting closer to now. And it kind of throws off your perception, but pretty quickly you figure out that it's coming like from one of the taller mountains beyond the village. And it sounds like it's coming from some deep part of the forest. You're not sure where exactly, but the general direction is same direction as the city, but beyond it.
Past the village. So we should be fine for the night.
Yes.
Tonight. For tonight.
We're going to continue on past the village eventually.
Eventually.
So we need to be careful when we do that.
That's future us's problem. Honestly.
If that's how you want to think of it, okay.
Well, do you want to go traipsing out into the woods in the middle of the night to go fight a monster we've never seen before?
No.
Good. That's future us's problem.
Okay.
Alright.
Good night.
Good night. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Bon nuit.
Bon nuit. Bon nuit.
Bone appetite.
Bon appetite.
That's the wrong
Bon
fucking one.
appetite.
At least I
No,
said the right
appetite.
one.
It is Bonnie appetite.
No, I know what
it's
bone
bone
appetite.
appetite.
Yeah. Bon appetite. Yeah. Bon appetite.
That's just straight ignorant.
I'm from the same place as you.
We're literally where you guys are from, right? Like, aren't you going home right now?
Regional accents are a thing. Bon appetit. Oh my god.
Look like one block over. I cannot understand your accent.
It's like talking to somebody from England with a really posh accent. I'm just like, I have no idea. I have no idea what they just said. But I enjoyed it, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So we are aware of the monster and
Beyond the village.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, you heard something coming from beyond the village, and it just took a while to kind of figure out which direction it was coming from specifically.
Were we able to figure out what kind of noise that was? Like, thinking about it?
Make an intelligence check.
Okay. 8.
Oh, I thought that was a 1. I was like,
No, it's a 7. Yeah, I was like, God, I wish that were a 1. It was a 7.
It was a 7.
I rolled many natural ones today.
Yikes! Sorry, fam. An ace. It sounds the closest you can. It's not like a screech. It's not a piercing scream. It's not like high and wailing. It's bestial. It's monstrous. It's deep and guttural and like you almost vibrate with the intensity of it. That's all you can gather.
Okay. Does he have a beast something?
Hey. He's asleep.
He's asleep.
It's
It's beyond the village. It's future us's problem. It's fine.
I'm so proud.
So you guys all, you know, make it through the night, you know, undisturbed.
We make it through the night. So comforting.
Yeah, you survive the night. Suddenly you're playing Dread, Song of the Sundry. And you guys, you wake up the next morning. 3 of you refreshed, 2 of you a little less so.
I feel great. That was a good night. I had a great night's sleep.
Birds are chirping, light outside.
I slept like a baby.
Yes, I did hear the
Where's
story.
the nearest bird that is chirping?
Okay.
You don't know what I'm gonna do. Why are you laughing?
I'm a little nervous.
Oh, believe me, I am
Roll a
too.
perception check. Or I guess
Oh my God,
no,
I keep rolling
nature,
really high.
nature. Yeah, roll and make that a nature check.
Nature check? Oh,
Yeah.
it's still the same modifier. So 22.
Jesus. Almost immediately,
Stop.
you look up and you see a cardinal just sitting, just tweeting.
I want to throw a rock at.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Okay.
Is this an attack roll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack.
Oh my God. Oh well. 18, I think. Yes. 15 plus 3.
I have to look up a fucking freaking bird stats. Hang on.
I think it has an AC of like 10.
It's a low AC, but they're small.
That's true.
Well, there's
If
owl.
they're tiny, I think you have
There's
disadvantage.
a hawk, a giant eagle.
No.
There's like a
There's a crocodile.
raven or something
No.
in there, I think.
Yeah. Let's do Raven if we.
Or an owl. It's like probably smaller than an owl.
Can't believe.
I think it's a crow somewhere.
Cannot believe.
They're not.
Let's just say sure that hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage. It's a rock. It's an improvised weapon, so it's 1d3.
Okay. 1d3?
1d3. It's 1d6 divided by 2.
Ow.
What did you get?
6.
Half. 0.5. That is what I got. I rolled a 1. It is a 0.5.
Okay, so 0.
How does it feel?
Raven.
Oh, there is a raven.
Yeah, there is a raven.
Armor class of 12.
Yeah. How many?
I don't know why.
Well,
this sucks.
congratulations. You rolled 1 hit point. You killed a bird.
That's me. That was the aim.
The cardinal stops chirping and falls to the ground dead.
Breakfast.
You have lost Disney princess privileges. Walt Disney will remember this.
The curse of Disney's upon you.
Walt's a stupid name anyway.
I'm just writing notes in my book. Like,
You hear music.
remembering the night from
I want
before.
to see a Disney princess like that. Walt's stupid name anyway. Drink some beer.
Oh my god.
That's me. I am that Disney princess. Like, not Phoebe, but I mean,
No, yeah.
me.
Not Phoebe, but
Not Phoebe.
Me.
okay.
I'm
So
writing down.
yeah, there's
And
a
you, Walt.
dead cardinal.
Well, we have breakfast now.
Oh god.
I'm not really picky, but more than one probably. Cardinal, but there you
I
go.
don't see why you wouldn't put it's a bird.
Okay.
It's
Reminder, if we need extra food, I'm a hunter.
Well, you didn't kill the bird.
I killed the bird.
We
I'm
can
saying
go
if
into
we need
town for
extra
food.
Then you can kill another bird, but we got this bird right now.
Next one's all you.
Alright.
I need my
feel like
rations.
We would
We
be like
can see
frenemies.
the town from here. Why are we eating birds that you threw rocks at? We don't start talking about hunting. I was just trying to kill a bird.
I feel like we're frenemies.
You need glasses too?
So we agreed to next week out.
Let's get to town, please.
Okay.
Get to the damn town.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys should know the way, right?
I don't know, the bird would be good to eat.
We can see the
Y'all
town.
can eat the bird.
Yeah, you can eat the bird.
Oh
eat
god,
the bird.
I'm starting to talk like her with y'all.
Let's eat the bird.
Been around you too
Eat
much.
the bird.
Okay. It takes y'all maybe a couple hours to get into town. You're, again, mid-morning. Let's say you guys woke up at 7-ish. You're in there by 9:30, 10.
Right.
Right. So now we're looking for a tall, brown-haired fella
You're,
with a gun.
The name of you.
Maybe you know him.
And he
He
drinks
has a
lot.
gun.
I'm not a gunslinger anymore.
Oh, that's right. That's my bad. I thought you
Yeah.
were. I was like,
All
people
I-
who own
I
guns
still-
know each other. I'll be
Clearly.
I'm gonna
I
look
still
around.
kind of want to be a gunslinger.
You're gonna what?
Like,
Look around.
look around? Sure. Perception
I
check.
keep thinking
You
of her as a
can get a
gunslinger now.
gun
I'm like,
that
no.
shoots arrows.
15?
A crossbow?
I mean,
Okay,
it just,
get a bow.
it feels like a fairly, like, just standard, like, morning in a
A
village.
slingshot?
Everyone's kind of up and around. People are opening up shops.
Name thing.
You see a guy carrying like a tray of loaves of bread, and you know people are taking carts and they're saying good morning to each other, and
Good morning.
yeah.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Good
Bonjour.
day.
Bonjour.
Y'all start singing. I'm gonna throw up.
I'm not singing.
This is not a good relationship we have.
No, it is not. I'm asking
Yeah.
for coins to throw at you.
I'm gonna take a piece of bread and be like, thanks for the bread, and then just walk off.
No boy.
Oh my gosh.
We
We can find a town hall or something.
He actually doesn't even notice you take it.
Oh
so.
no!
Poor Baker.
No, I don't.
Just stealing from these poor people.
I didn't bother hiding it. I took it and I was like, thanks for the bread, and then I left.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
you did it like right in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just taking bread that he. Okay.
Like, thanks for the bread, and then I leave.
He kind of he just he looks like he wants to put. He's like looking from his tray over to her. Like goes and puts it down. And, like is gonna attempt to follow you.
Try. He wants to try something. I'm just gonna eat the bread. You want to try me, bread man?
Are you saying that to your DM?
Yes. Phoebe's not saying it. I am.
Oh my god. Anyway,
I've been wanting to fight someone this entire session.
I
We
am
know.
so sorry. This is Disney, fam. There is going to be fighting, not just yet. You have to build up the plot properly.
All right. Well, I steal someone's bread.
Okay. You steal some bread.
I'm Aladdin.
All this for a loaf of bread?
Okay.
You're Aladdin, by the way.
I mean, did you steal the bread?
No.
I mean, I'm
He literally has a genie, but you're Aladdin.
Yeah, I have a genie in my backpack, but you're Aladdin. I love that. Okay. You don't know that though.
It's for a loaf of bread. Somewhere in the distance,
Have a
Jean Valjean
genie
goes,
in
"Yeah, I
my
know, right?"
Yeah. Is he gonna do anything? I'm doing.
No, I was like,
Sorry.
the cat.
No, it's me.
So he looks like he's gonna start chasing you off, and he just, gets back to work and starts, continuing on his way.
You were hungry. I offered you a bird.
We're told he likes drink, so
Um,
he might find a tavern.
Oh, yes, or didn't Phoebus say
Yeah.
he likes his drink?
Mhm.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the tavern.
Yes.
It's 9:30 in the morning, but he's probably at the
The
tavern.
bartender probably knows him.
Yeah.
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 So it's
Day drinking's a thing.
You're drinking something.
How would you know? You're 11.
What are you like all that? So, you guys, this village is fairly small, but it's actually pretty compact. Like all the buildings are pretty tightly pinned together,
and they all look the same, and not any of them are really labeled very well. You can't differentiate a bar from a bakery from a, house or a tailor or a library. You don't know. Maybe.
Nerd.
But there are plenty of people out and about if you wanted to ask.
Can I sniff booze? Like try to sniff out like booze.
Sure.
You said booze. I thought you said boots.
I
I was
thought
like,
she said boots too, but I was like, oh yes, alcohol, okay. Yes.
can I smell their shoes? Can I sniff the boots?
11.
11. You sniff the air. There's a lot of smells going on here. And it's, you briefly smell baked bread, but you realize that's the bread in your hand. Then you smell some not so sanitary smells, and you realize that's coming from the pigsty you're standing next to.
I'm gonna stop some random woman walking by. Excuse me, ma'am, where's the tavern?
And she's got she's got one kid kind of on her hip. She's got a basket in the other, and she's full of eggs. And she goes, oh, it's that way. And she points toward her. She goes, it's in between. Oh, you'll see it. It's got archways, and it's a little more decorated than the rest of the town. And
Well, thank you, ma'am. Y'all have a blessed day. Got archways and shit, apparently.
Oh, okay.
It's that way out. Well, let's head that way.
So you guys head further into the small village. And actually, she wasn't kidding. Like, as soon as you know what you're looking for, it is decidedly better designed and, like, more nice looking than the rest of the village. Like, it has...
Antlers and all of its decorating.
There is a lot of hunting trophies. There are antlers. Yeah, there's a lot here.
She's saying that.
Oh, she did? Okay.
We're leaving her outside.
Agreed.
Me?
Yes.
This one can go, but I have to stay.
Are you gonna keep singing?
Probably.
Then you can
Yeah.
just stay right the hell here.
You'll come with me.
You can come inside.
Uh,
How about you
type
all
in.
stay out here and then we'll
I go in.
Okay.
I'll you say, how about you all say I walk in?
We're going in too.
So you guys all make your way in. There's really not anybody here, surprisingly. The barkeep's there. He's actually more serving, not breakfast fare per se, but kind of like what he always has on hand, like a stew and hearty bread and that kind
Pickled
of thing.
eggs, Moe's style.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Coarse
yeah.
bread
for
with vegetables in it. That
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. Just for people who, maybe work out in the fields or something and don't have time to like have a home cooked meal. That's where they go. So this gentleman is, he's a little more heavy set. He's got, a long shirt on. He's got an apron. He's bald on top, but has like a dusty red like handlebar mustache. He looks kind enough, and he looks up and he greets you when you walk in the door. He goes, "Y'all folks must be new in town. What can I get you?"
And I gesture to the two of them and say, well, they're from around here.
She wants them apparently.
What'd you say?
She wants them evidently.
You don't have to listen to her.
He goes, "Right."
We're looking for a man named Legume.
Tall fella, brown hair,
Rifleman. Maddie.
probably has a gun. I don't know.
Yeah, I know Legume. He spends a lot of time here.
Do you know where we can find him?
Yeah, he's actually out hunting today. But I think I know someone who might know where to find him, if he's here. And he comes out from behind the bar and heads towards like the more open kind of common area. And there's a door right beside a fireplace, and he kind of pokes his head in, and he goes, "Darn, missed him." He goes, "All right, looks like they're not here at the moment, but I know."
That was riveting.
Oh, throw.
I told you she's really mean.
So he goes, yeah, he'll be back this evening. Lagoon will be back this evening. You know, if you want to, if you want to stay here, you're more than welcome to. You know, food's a silver, and get you some soup and bread.
What do y'all think?
I already ate.
We should
We know.
wait.
At least. Yes.
Well, if you won't be back for a whole day, is there anything that you might need here, or anyone you two might need to see?
I'm good. Everybody I know is back home. You don't know a lot of people. I don't know a lot of people.
Well, I do have a couple of questions. You know, I'm sure that the two of you are very good friends, and we're here on errand of another friend of Monsieur Lagoon. And he hasn't heard from him in a while. He just wanted to make sure that he's okay. Has he been acting strangely lately? He hasn't really been speaking to his friends. They're worried about him.
Well, I mean, Lagoon got back, and the whole town's been treating him as a hero ever since, and he seems.
So he's just been preoccupied.
He's just been busy, as far as I know. And just, it's not very often a small town like us gets someone like that. So we're very pleased with him. We like him.
Well, fair enough.
There to hunt around here.
Lots of things.
You wanna hunt?
There's deer. There's pheasant. There's big game, small game, kind of you name it.
Okay. Nothing. The woods are safe, right? There's nothing
Well,
terrible in it, is there?
we think the woods are safe. There's this madman in our town, Maurice. He says that there's some monster.
Okay.
Do you want to take off that monster?
And just, did you guys tell us that you heard the roar, by the way?
I didn't. I don't know if you did.
Yeah.
Did we? I don't
No, you didn't.
No, you guys didn't mention
So
anything.
I'm looking at him like,
So if
Where is this Maurice Villa?
He lives in a house outside of town. He's a little eccentric. He's a genius. He helped build like this automatic, keg dispenser. It makes it a lot easier to have drinks on
Man after my own heart.
hand. But
You're
he's excitable. His daughter must have run off with someone. He's just beside himself.
So if said monster were true, theoretically, if we, again, theoretically, were to take on said monster, bring back proof of its existence and the fact that we defeated it, would there be a reward for us?
I don't know what this town can give you, but I'm sure you could take whatever spoils you wanted from wherever this beast was hiding. Why don't you go up and talk to Maurice? He can probably give you a better idea.
Let's see, let's do.
It can't take too much time. We do.
Someone
have
should wait
somewhere-
here in case he comes back.
Why would he come back? He's hunting.
People like to sleep in their beds.
It's 10 in the morning.
He might come back early. Something might happen. Guns can only shoot a certain number of times, I think. So if he runs out, then he
What
has to
kind
come
of
back.
useless?
Sort of like
weapon is
arrows.
that?
If he runs out of arrows, then he has to come back because he has nothing to hunt with. Maybe he'll run out early. I don't know.
Well, then he's a poor hunter.
thank you for your help. We'll be on our way. And I kind of like gesture for everyone to come outside.
And
Walk
he goes
out.
back to like wiping down the mud. And actually, as you guys are leaving, you actually notice him pull a lever, and beer like fills up a stein, and he puts it down. Congratulations, Maurice invented the tap.
Yes. Wow. So amazing.
We need to talk to this Maurice person.
Okay, wait.
Beasts? What are we? We're here for Lagoon, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, the gun or whatever.
We heard something last night. It didn't wake you, so we didn't wake you. It was supposed to pass the
Far
village.
enough away that it wasn't really a concern.
It's past the village, but there's something out there.
A concern for future us.
Yes.
Oh, so it's real.
Yes.
See, you get
Just
it.
an immediate group consensus.
No,
Yeah.
we're on the same level here.
We're current us. There's a problem for future us.
Well, if we take it on, I'm sure this town will reward
So
us.
there's a crazy man who says there's an awful beast, and you guys, what happened that you think there's a beast? You
We
heard
heard
something you
it.
said?
Yes, it was very loud.
And it wasn't like a normal. It was.
We have spent days in that woods. None of what we heard in that woods compared to what we heard last time.
It wasn't a scream or anything. It
This
was,
is not right.
it was a roar. Okay, but let's say it's a beast. Why is it our problem? We have
It's
somewhere
not.
to be. We may run into it on our way there.
We could
That's
take
my
care of
concern.
it, and the town could reward us for taking care
I
of it.
don't know why you keep saying that. This is a poor ass town. What the hell do you think they're gonna give us?
Everything. Also, they would reward us and you as his heroes.
I don't want to be. I just want to go the hell home. I don't care about.
Then go
I'm
home.
already a hero. I don't need that shit. Let's just go talk to the old man.
Why do you want to be a hero? I thought you were a dragon.
If I'm a hero, they'll give me things. They'll revere
What's
me.
this little town in a different plane of existence from the one where you come from?
They'll still revere me.
If they revere you, what does it have to do with the people back at home?
Oh, they also revere me. The more, the better. Duh. Yield, duh.
Why don't you wait here for the man to come back? And
Oh, I'm not staying anywhere.
I don't think we should split up when we're out of our
Okay.
elements. I know you guys are from the general area, but I would
I'd
hate
like
for
to
somebody
talk to
get
the man and at least get an idea.
I
We
chose
might
the wrong terrain, so I'm unfamiliar.
Fair.
get an idea of what we might run into, just so we can prepare a little bit.
He pointed us in the direction. I mean, if it's coming from the area that we're having to head into anyway, we might as well try to find what information we can.
Yeah.
And be prepared.
So the house, the direction that he pointed to, so the entrance to the bar was over here, and like the whole area, this is the bar, and the bar like itself is here, and he was behind it. He was kind of pointing like kind of northeast of him, which would actually be a little bit, yeah, would still be a little bit northeast. I mean, as soon as you walk out beyond the limits of the town, which takes you all of 2 minutes, you can see the house on the side of a hill, just kind of sitting there. It's within walking distance. It's not far.
I assume we head that direction. Yes.
You guys head up there, and it's idyllic. It's so pretty. There's a small stream. This house has its own water wheel going. Like, this is incredible. Like, there are pipes running around the house. You don't know why. This house looks more futuristic than y'all have ever seen. It looks ridiculous. But at the same time, it just seems so peaceful. I'm sure y'all have seen.
Is it traveling in different universes?
Traveling in different universes. You've stumbled upon them before, but you've never like.
Not in small cottage.
Yeah, not like this.
Like city aqueducts.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah. So like you're used to like aqueducts and like big like waterways and that kind of thing. But this is small piping like connected to a home. This is weird. Yeah, and you know, chickens are clucking and it's just a really idyllic scene. It's beautiful. So
I mean, does it look like anybody's home just from being outside? Like,
it's morning, so if there were any lights on, you wouldn't be able to tell anyway.
yeah, that's a good point.
So, but there's no one outside. There's no one like feeding the animals. They all look fed anyway. They're not like clamoring around. The chickens have been released. They're like not up in their coop for the evening or anything like that. So someone obviously has taken care of them recently. They're just not outside at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna go and knock on the door.
As you go to knock on the door, there actually is a mild explosion.
Oh.
Slightly off, often and to your right.
Like inside?
No, it looks like it's coming from the ground, and there's like a small plume of smoke. And actually, looking down at it, you see it looks like a basement hatch.
Okay, so it's like, you know what? I'm not talking to you today. So it's like a cellar, like where you could open it, or is
Yeah.
it like a grate?
No, it's a cellar. You can
Okay.
open it.
There's no like lock on it. I can just open it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna open it.
Okay. You hear horrific coughing coming from inside. Just being like, you hear like come flap it and like old man cursing. You hear old man cursing coming down. He goes,
Is this a bad time?
Are you okay?
you hear this, and
I don't know what the hell language that was.
I think it was coffee.
I don't know. It wasn't infernal.
Stop talking.
coming up the stairs,
similar.
you see an older gentleman, thin white hair, has a mustache and covered in soot. His clothing looks like it would be serviceable if it wasn't almost dyed black from soot. And he comes out and goes, he's mumbling to himself, talking about how he needs to get it working immediately, da 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 da. And he looks up and he goes, "Oh, haven't seen you all before. Did you?"
Well, bonjour. You Maurice.
He goes, "Yes, but I'm sorry. I'm quite busy, and my daughter's been taken. I have to."
It's about the beast.
Stops.
My very short friend is right.
I'm doing this. I'm looking at my nails too, and I'm like, it's about the beast.
They're not gonna grow any faster if you keep looking at them like that.
If we were to believe you,
Well, he didn't even
what
say
would you
anything.
know about this beast? We heard we could talk to you.
God, I love this movie.
We know.
Why do you think I chose this for your first adventure?
I had no doubts.
I know, right? So Maurice immediately just like starts rambling, goes on a tangent, talks about talking teacups, talks about this horrendous beast, like describes like the combination of a wolf and a goat and a man, and like just this monstrosity. Like it doesn't sound like any it doesn't sound like any monster you've heard of. It doesn't sound like any animal you've heard of. Like he goes, it spoke with the intelligence of a man, and he kept me prisoner, but my daughter took my place, and I have to go rescue her, and no one believes me, and I can show you where it is.
Off sort of that way.
And he's like, he starts going into a very detailed account. He goes, if you go this way, but take this fork, there's actually a tree that was struck by lightning, and it's always winter there.
So off sort of that way.
I'm making an insight check.
Okay.
Me too.
I'm
I
gonna say me
actually
too.
roll.
Yeah.
I believe him. I just.
Did you roll another one? Oh my god. Wheaton.
Can I start using your dice box?
Did you roll one too?
I mean, if you think it'll help.
Can I try
So does that mean we like implicitly believe him, or I don't even know what a low roll.
Well, what did you roll?
23.
Sorry, fam.
You rolled a 1. I don't think we get a second chance.
No,
for
I know,
believing.
but I'm using the dice box.
Double
Do you
check
need
that
mine?
didn't-
I
Oh,
keep
great!
forgetting
You
I have it.
tainted my box now.
No,
Oh
didn't.
no.
No, I didn't.
I literally, it moved when I pushed the box, but I literally rolled a 1.
Well, you wasted
I'm not
a
even
one.
rolling. I believe him.
Okay.
Apparently I believe
I would
rolled one.
say
Oh, 20, there we go.
this idea is so fantastical, but I mean,
Why do I keep rolling so?
is a giant beast really any weirder than seeing souls visibly leave people and fly up into the sky?
I am literally a dragon, so.
Oh my god, shut up.
I mean, it's an insight check, so I can believe that he thinks he's telling
Yes,
the truth.
as far as you guys know, he is
Not
fully
necessarily that
committed
there's
to
a-
the idea that this
I
beast
can
exists.
tell you right now, part man, part goat exists.
That's a satyr, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
I'm also part other things, but I have the goat legs and a human-ish face.
I think he's part mango.
Real. Obviously, it exists.
I thought you said mango for
I thought you said mango too.
I did.
Oh, okay. It's mango pig.
I said that earlier.
Mango
You
pig.
can absolutely be a bunch of things in one person and be
Yeah.
intelligent.
Yeah,
It
so
exists.
Well, that part's arguable, but the other part was fair.
We
Yeah.
can go check out the beast, but we need to be back this evening.
We need to
Yes.
find Lapoo first.
Legume.
Like, whatever.
Well, we were told he was fine. Do you know him?
Uh,
fine?
Legume.
Is he okay?
Maurice thinks for a minute. He goes, his name's Gaston. That's his first name. Legume is his last name. I asked him for help to find my daughter, and he called me crazy. And
He called you crazy?
called me crazy.
Wow, how rude.
The whole town's enamored of him because he fought in the war, but
I'm
So did
sure.
we, and we're here and believing you.
I'm
so.
sure you want your daughter back very badly.
more than anything.
What are you
We'll
working?
do it out of the goodness of our hearts.
No.
And for no other reason.
What are you working on there?
Subject change.
Oh no, it's not a subject change.
He downplay it. He looks gratefully at you two and then goes, well, this was a wood chopping machine, but I'm trying to convert it into some form of weapon. I don't really work with weapons. I'm more of just an
So-
inventor, but
How about we rescue your daughter, and then once this is finished, you give it to us?
That won't be necessary.
No.
Let's-
Shut up.
What could we even use a wood chopping machine for?
He's turning it into a weapon. I said when he's finished.
he goes, if I can ever get the dang thing to work, and he like gestures to all of himself, and then the soot-covered basement.
How about we say this?
That's
if
a
he
deal,
can
my
manage to
dude.
finish it by the time we get back, we'll revisit this. But for now, let's make sure that this poor woman is safe.
Yes.
I have Tinker's tools.
I'm so sad I'm a gunslinger now. I proficiency class.
And you play Gaston, we leave you behind because you get married.
Oh God.
Are you
The
marrying
gunslingers.
Gaston?
No.
I was making a
I
joke
mean, we
about
don't know it yet.
No, you don't know.
maybe he's not.
I don't know. Everyone seems
He
to
could
like
be a
him.
very nice man. Everybody likes him.
Everybody seems to like him. What do you
You know someone I have played out and I'm really excited.
So
I'm
we
not
back
we're
to
just
the
on the war effort at the moment. But if
How
you-
long has it been at
nice
this
to
point,
might
walking to Maurice's house and then having this conversation?
An hour.
Yikes.
Hour and a half maybe.
We still got a long time before
Exactly.
the
Is
nut
the
comes
was the
back.
way he pointed us? Is that like on the way to where we need to go?
Yeah, it's the general area. It's the general direction where you need to
Like
go.
where we need, like we're gonna be passing it anyway.
Yeah.
basically.
Well,
Well, it's out of our way, but we're going in that direction after we leave here anyway.
no. So the way you're headed is southwest. This is a little bit northeast. So it's almost like you're making a U-turn, but it's so minute. The way he describes it is you can probably get there within a few hours.
I
Like
think
you can
so.
probably get there and back from this castle that he mentions. You can get there and back probably in a day, if the beast doesn't catch you.
But not before Gaston gets back. If we left like right now.
He does say that Gaston's. I mean, he lives really close to the bar, and he's pretty much always there. So,
He
you.
seems like he's fine.
We have nothing else to do for right
And
now.
you
anyway.
want to rescue the girl, so
And you want to pick a fight or something. So
exactly. Why should we let that girl be in danger for even longer than necessary?
Phoebus sent us here for a reason. To talk to this dude.
You would
And then we still
ignore.
need to go.
You would ignore a woman in distress.
I'm
just
saying
want the
we're
loot.
going. I'm just saying we need to make it quick.
We can look.
I never
We
said
can take a look
otherwise.
around, come back.
Alright.
If it's
Then-
something we have to deal with, we can go back up there.
Alright, so let's go.
And I'm sneaky. I can get in and out without being noticed.
So am I.
When we get
I'm
back,
not-
I want
I-
to take a look at that little machine here.
Sure.
What's your dex?
Yeah.
Alright, well, ta-ta for now.
So I have a +6.
Me
So-
too.
Okay.
So Maurice goes, I can come with you. I can show you exactly where it is, but it's not difficult. There's a tree that's been down by lightning, and then beyond the tree, it's snowing.
Let's not lose one more person, shall we? I think it would be better if you stay here.
Maurice,
and work
I'm
on
gonna
your
be real
weapon.
with you. I feel like you're a guy.
You'd probably die.
You're gonna slow us down. You need to just stay right the hell here. But just let us take care of it. You just stay put.
You might die.
How eloquently put.
Well, do you want us to rescue your daughter and then find out you're dead?
I suppose not.
Quest and Dragon Age Origins.
It's the guy
Oh,
in
no.
Redcliffe.
Yeah.
Oh,
My dog is in the
no.
castle.
Yikes.
He doesn't die if you do well enough defending the town at night.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I did that, but I forgot to check on his daughter.
Well, if you don't check on the daughter, you find out that he killed himself.
Oh, I
Yeah.
always found her.
I
I always
forgot.
found her and I always did well
I
enough.
forgot to look for the daughter, and he died.
I did too the first time, and I was devastated.
I always forget, but I'm just so
I-
damn thorough
I know, I
because you know how I
accidentally
play
found
these
her.
games.
Oh yeah.
I accidentally found her and I was like, oh, there's a chicken here. And I'm like, alright.
Go home, I guess.
That's pretty much what happened to me every time because I look through every single crevice.
I was running through Origins because that was like 6 months before Inquisition came out, so I was literally like running through Origins and 2 before jumping into Inquisition later that year. So anyway,
So we're gonna head off towards the castle super quickly.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm ready.
We could take our horses. It would be faster.
Well, I
If we're
assume
looking
we
to
were
save
doing
time.
that anyway.
Well, alright.
We'll
well,
just- We'll tie them a safe distance away, but
Yeah, I don't know if I want to take a horse up to a big monster's castle.
You
Because
wanna
I
ride
don't
with
know
me?
what monsters.
They're
eat.
going
They
to
weren't war
probably.
horses, were they?
I mean, these horses are meant more for speed.
They're probably
Darn.
going to get spooked off, and then we'll lose our
Yours
horses.
yours would off, yes.
It's a giant beast. Do you think your horses aren't all scaredy cat?
To be
How
fair,
about-
they're not war horses.
Yeah.
So it might be best to leave. them
Alright,
alone.
we'll go on foot.
Okay.
we
Maurice.
can take
I'm
them
not
at
an idiot.
50% of the way. We don't have to leave them close, but we can shave off some time.
What's in those woods, though?
It's not that far.
Maurice
Alright.
Yeah.
looks and he goes, "There are wolves." And,
They're wolves.
I know there are some bandit stragglers that have been wandering around.
All right.
So let's leave
We
our
leave
How
them
about we
there.
leave our horses with you?
We can.
Sure.
They can play with the chickens.
Still haven't found Philippe, so they can take a spot in the stable for now. That's
Who's
fine.
Philippe?
Oh, it's our workhorse. He disappeared. I was taking him to a fair, and he spooked and ran, and then
I thought you were just really angry about the horse.
No, that was
horse.
Damn that Philippe!
No, that was accurate.
And he goes on to explain kind of the horse spooked his daughter, whose name is Belle. You come to find out. Brought Philippe back, and then Philippe didn't leave when Maurice was forcibly brought back to the house by a carriage that moved on its own.
Interesting. This is getting weirder and weirder. Let's go while it's still daylight.
We're going while it's still
Interesting.
day.
Magic. I'm excited.
So you guys, Maurice gives you very detailed directions, and he, they're very accurate. Like there's a footpath, off of his property into the woods. I was about to say into the woods without delay and home before
And
dark.
home before dark.
Darn, it gets stuck in my head every.
I know.
Somebody
Me
I
saying stop.
referenced it at work yesterday, and it was stuck in my head the entire day.
So you guys get onto the footpath, and then you see it actually turns into like a well-worn trail. It's not like a game trail or anything like that. It looks like this is traveled fairly frequently. There are signs pointing in different directions, pointing towards, different cities and that kind of thing. You come to one particular fork, and this fork looks a bit stranger. Like the sign is really worn. You can't really read the words very well.
Is it broken?
It's not broken. It's just worn out. I mean, if you really wanted to take a look and you wanted to like try and read what's on the sign, you could.
I cast mending.
Okay. The sign turns into it's one long plank, and it's pointing, well, your west, and it says Anaheim. By the way.
Did he mention this?
Anaheim?
Of course, I fixed it, so he probably wouldn't have seen this.
How old did this sign look? I feel like it was broken a long time ago.
It wasn't broken so much as the sign was just worn away, like
So
the paint
it-
had worn away.
It's probably like it's really, really, really old.
And he did mention this sign. It was just an old sign that like was more of just a marker now, more than just telling you where the thing is. And he had told you to take the right fork when you came upon that sign.
Being that I am quite the historian, have I heard of anything about this before?
Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
A history check?
History check.
Okay.
I can help. I have proficiency.
19.
Oh, no, you don't need help.
Okay.
I'm a historian.
All right.
I also have proficiency.
You've
I'm old.
every area has its legends, and this has to be some prank or something. Anaheim is the home, or supposedly was the home, to this fantastic wizard named Yensid, who, lived in a tower and kept apprentices, and yes, you do.
Brooms, I imagine.
Yeah, he was this old wizard, but this was A, thousands of years ago, and B, no one believes that this is a thing. Like, there's no way. Okay.
To see if you know it.
Ooh,
I
know
you too.
that
I
is
wasn't
an
ready to go.
18.
Nope. I did it again.
18. Okay. I mean,
23.
you've heard the legend.
Yeah.
8.
You're like, Anna Heaton.
That's keys.
Cool.
Yeah, specifically of Yensid.
Yensid, okay. You've heard the legend. You, given your age, you know of Yensid, and you've dug a little bit more. So you two, I would say you know a little bit more. But you know that Yensid actually probably was a real person. The story's just been distorted so much.
Just exaggerated.
Exaggerated over and over and over again. It would be like the King Arthur legend for us, essentially.
History
Or-
is written by the victors.
Yeah.
It's always a little distorted.
Or Joan of Arc, or what have you. So you know that he more than likely was an actual person. Whether he had his home in this realm or not, you're not sure. Or if it was a city based off of where he supposedly lived, you don't know. But it's a neat thing and random to see out in the middle of the woods, outside of a bit of a bow-dump town.
Mm-hmm.
So
So I guess I would have probably started, maybe since I was the one that fixed the sign, I would have had the opportunity to see it first and said, just reminds me of a story I've heard.
You're not gonna sing it, are you?
For your benefit, I have heard the song, but I won't at
No.
this moment. But some legend about an old wizard or something. He lived in a tower. Yensid? I thought that was the name, but
Heard of him. It's about as old as I am.
I think it's older than 15 years. I heard it when I was a child.
and is the sign pointing to the right?
the sign's pointing to the left,
To the left.
but you were told by Maurice to go right.
One day I'd be interested in coming back to
An old wizard
Maybe
in a
if
tower.
we secure the girl, we can come back and check out.
We
the
still need to go to whatever it was called. I
Yeah.
pretend I know.
Leon.
It's an old
Yeah.
tale of a wizard in a tower.
I've heard this story.
I've heard it.
We've all
I'd
heard
be
the
interested
story.
in going and seeing
Yeah,
it at
y'all
some
know the
point,
legend.
but
You
now
know
it's not
different
the
bits
time.
and
He
pieces.
trained a mouse with a keyblade.
Awesome. Now I have a blade for Kingdom Hearts too.
What?
Thanks, Beth.
I don't think that's how that goes.
How do I know about you with a key?
I
How
pull
do you
out
even
my
have anything to say about it?
I pull out my
I
lyre
was
and
going
kind of
more for Fantasia, but sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
How do you think I know about you, Sid?
No,
she misremembered.
I'm just gonna start
Honestly-
walking to the right.
That's
Honestly,
fine.
While
that's
they're
how I know
talking
it too,
about
but I know it's from Fantasia.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know.
following,
I know Yensid very well from Kingdom Hearts. I just thought it'd be fun to throw in a Fantasia reference.
I'm
that's where I knew
following
it from.
Jillian, and I'm not singing, but I'm falling a little bit behind because that's the way we need to go. And I just pull out my lyre and I'm like,
No. Can I try? Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hand over
Can
her
I
mouth.
try to grab her hand
No,
back?
I played
She
on a
smacked my
lyre.
hand before.
You can try, boy.
Yeah, go ahead, practice.
Does anybody have an Android charger?
Not with
No. Okay. My stats are on my phone.
Try
My
to
phone
beat
is
my
gonna die.
AC.
I'm kind of, you're reaching out and I'm grabbing your hand. Wouldn't this be like a contest?
Yeah. Okay, so it would be,
No, you don't do that.
I guess yours would be athletics, yours would be dexterity.
Okay.
Oh, I actually rolled.
Why
I
not
didn't even.
mine athletics? I'm not trying to like punch her. I'm just.
I was gonna be like.
Wouldn't it be both decks?
Yeah, let's just do both decks.
Oh, not good.
No, I actually have one. Didn't charge
Roll
it
my,
out.
I spent my entire vacation
Natural
recharging
20.
that
I got a
stupid
natural
map.
20.
I got an
Yeah.
8, so
Okay.
I
So
used to think mine was-
Reza attempts to stop Phoebe,
Oh yeah.
but Odell, suddenly your whistling is.
No, I was playing the lyre.
Oh.
So she hits me in the face for no reason. As I continue playing the lyre and kind of look at her.
I don't want to hit your face. I'm just like.
Oh,
She's not whistling or
Yeah,
anything. She's not doing
right.
I just don't happen to have a lyre handy.
No, I'm preventing her from
Like,
singing.
Oh,
like,
okay,
make sure you don't hear anything. Because I was like, okay.
I'm preventing her from
Yeah,
singing.
I thought you were gonna like smack me, and I was like, I'm playing, and it's
No, I'm not smacking you. I'm just preventing you from singing.
Gotcha. Okay, so your mouth is covered by a tiny 15-year-old's hand.
Don't.
I take a step back,
Don't even.
What? Keep
walk
playing.
around.
Don't even think about it.
There aren't any words to this song. It's actually a piece, not a song. A song has words.
Well, don't even think about it.
Maybe we should be a little bit quieter when we get closer. Not right now. Right now is fine. What are we gonna do? Disturb some birds?
I know we can jam out.
She's a bird killer. You're good. We're all right. Jillian, the slayer of
Yeah,
avian
When we get
creatures.
closer, I want to stealth forward, like when that comes.
Sure.
All right, that's a valid point.
Okay.
I just couldn't help.
Oh, thank God. Thank you.
He said it was like winter. Is it? He
Is it
say it was
snowing?
like just by the.
He
castle,
said
or-
that. So the directions he gave you were after you pass like the sign that was too old to read, essentially. You would go down the right fork, and the forest like would get darker, and then there was a tree that had been felled by lightning, and then beyond that tree is another path, and that path just starts everything covered in snow.
When we get there, we should be quiet. For sure. That's a
Why
good
don't
marker
we
to
just
this
all be
side.
quiet now?
Okay.
No. You know, I suspect nobody's gonna say anything.
So you guys head down the right fork, you know, past the Anaheim sign, and it takes a little bit. It takes like 20-30 minutes, but the sky does tend to get darker. The foliage is denser. The trees are overarching and interlocking together, creating this very thick canopy. To the point where, despite the fact that it was almost a cloudless sky when you walked in, you're having trouble seeing.
Oh, I have dark vision.
You're fine.
I'll light a torch.
The humans are having trouble seeing. It's not quite torch necessary.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like evening,
Okay.
ish, and so, you know, after about 20-30 minutes, it gets to like evening light levels, and it just kind of stays there.
Is it actually evening?
No.
Okay.
It
This
is
is odd.
maybe 1 o'clock by this point.
So
Yep.
high noon.
It's high noon.
Have to have it at least once.
Yep. Everybody gets one.
Also, me using Dex, for that before I have martial arts, so I can use Dex instead of strength if I want.
Gotcha. Okay. So you guys all, continue your way down. Maybe an hour later, you see a giant oak that has been felled, and it's just lying across the path, perpendicular to the road that you're walking on.
I think we're in the right spot.
All right.
You know, I kind of thought that he was lying, but
Here.
we'll
Gotta
see.
get a little weird.
I'm going to scout ahead.
Okay. Okay. How far ahead are you scouting?
As close as I can without being like right up there.
Okay. So you're just like going up to like where the tree trunk is, essentially.
Or like to the. Can we see the castle from where we
You
are?
cannot. You just see the dense tree canopy. You see the fallen tree here. You see the tree trunk here, and then there is like a very tiny, there's a small path that kind of curves off this way.
And he told us to follow the path.
He told you to follow the path.
Well, I'm gonna like stealth along the path.
Okay.
And like look for anything tasty.
Okay. Roll a stealth check for me.
I've been
Are you
rolling
telling us to stay back for a second,
very
or are
well.
we?
Yeah, because I probably think you're all out.
Oh, I'm pretty.
Except for
bad.
maybe you. You're fine.
I can't even roll stealth. Like,
16.
16. Okay. Yeah, you're pretty quiet. You know, you're not familiar with this forest, so it's kind of difficult to gauge, you know, how much sound you're going to make. But you generally you think your stealth pretty well. You scout up ahead a little bit, and it's really weird. You know, the time of year that this universe is in is like late spring, early summer, and there's snow on the ground. Like, the further in you go, it starts off as just a couple of flakes. You almost disregard them for leaves initially. But the further in you go, there's less leaves, and it's more white. Until you are in a path just covered in snow. It would be beautiful if it wasn't so horrendously out of place.
How far did you have to go to get to that?
50 yards.
50 yards.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would have probably suggested we kind of follow in if it were that.
You can
far.
follow at a distance.
Yeah. Like maybe 50 or 60 feet behind.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. But I would try to be stealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Oh,
You have chainmail onto your disadvantage.
That's fine.
I rolled a natural one.
I got 17. Okay, what is
I don't know.
10.
9?
And a 1.
That's not bad
Sorry.
for disadvantage.
Yeah.
I rolled a 0 in stealth before.
You rolled better than I did. And you had 2 opportunities to be bad.
You just get the sudden urge to pull out your loot again. You're just
I'm scambling.
Yeah. Yeah, you really are. I mean, the music is just a part of who you are. And so you can't stop yourself from humming or doing something musically inclined for
Can I hear
anything
her?
longer than 20 minutes. You're so far ahead, no, you can't.
Because I'm only like 50 feet in front of them.
Yeah,
They were
but
calling.
she's not like screaming or yelling or anything,
Okay.
but she's
not like a one-man
I'm just going to
band.
be
Like,
detectable is what it is.
Yeah,
like,
she's just
the
very-
eye will open up easily.
yeah. Yes, it
So
will.
it's like, I can hear her. I swear to God.
Yeah, no. You scout ahead, and it's trees, and the path kind of changes. It almost descends a little bit, so that you have the path, and then there's like a small rise in the the forest floor kind of around you. So like you're in almost a dug out path, and then there's earth kind of like waist high on either side, and then trees are overarching
What
the
did
back.
you choose as your favorite tree?
Mountains. I literally did it over a die roll.
We did it hills, and now we're in the forest, and we have the mountains.
I knew forest was probably going to be more useful.
It's
than
okay. Well, never mind.
You never
We'll
know.
get to mountains eventually.
So you guys are making your way forward, trying to stealth as much as you can. I need all of you to roll a perception check, please.
Maybe I'll do better.
19. Nice.
22.
Nice.
7.
Okay.
I'm very focused. I'm quieter than everybody. I'm just more focused on being quiet. Also, it's really cold.
Oh, geez. Okay.
That would be really cool.
So the funny thing is, you're actually being the loudest, but you're like paying attention, and you're the first one to see like flashes of movement, kind of a little beyond the tree line, kind of like in your peripheral vision. You look, and there's really nothing there, but you know you saw something.
I saw something. How big were you?
It was a little hard to tell.
Whispering, sorry.
It's a little hard to tell because it was in your peripheral.
I'm still hungry.
And actually, before you can even realize it, you hear several
I'm pulling my bow.
And that is where we'll end it.
No, I wanted one battle.
Sorry,
I wanted one
guys.
battle. We're gonna battle to the beginning.
Yeah, it's 10:30. We will battle next week.
It's Friday night.
Yeah.
And we're playing tabletop.
Stop.
The rhymes.
So we're gonna do fun Disney trivia, kind of like at the closing, because I know a shit ton of Disney trivia.
Oh boy.
And I like it. And the funny thing is I actually incorporated a lot of it into the session today. So if you actually look at the sign from Beauty and the Beast on the screen cap of the animated version, if you look at the sign, it says Anaheim and it points west.
Oh, how
Nice.
funny.
And then, what was the other thing? There was another thing. Oh! So in the concept, Gaston's last name actually is Legume.
So it's
But-
Gaston the Nut.
Yeah, but but they thought it would be weird in the cartoon because everybody calls him Gaston. So they would assume, and now everybody assumes that Gaston is his last name. And so we really don't know his first name. But in concept, Gaston's last name actually was Legume.
That's neat.
So there are your 2 pieces of Disney trivia for the evening. Yay, first session! Hooray! Thank you guys for playing. And do we want to do this next week, or do we want to make this like an every other week kind of thing?
We can't do the week after next.
I'm free.
Week
now.
after? Oh, that's right, 'cause it's
it's
A-Fest. Okay, and you and I are going to be out of town anyway.
So do you want to do next week, and then that way we can skip the week after?
So let's do next week. We'll skip 2 weeks from now, and then we'll hop back into it. And then do we want to keep going weekly after that, or every 2?
Weekly's fine with me.
I'm off every Friday and every Saturday for the rest of the month.
Sweet.
I
If
never
we do like a
changed my
weekly and then if something
availability
comes
from
up,
Dragon Age.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah,
So.
Okay.
as long as we do like if
I
something
have
comes
no
up, they don't play without someone. That would be the only weird thing to me is if we played and like left someone out.
Yeah, so let's say if someone can't, we'll make a Twitter and do notifications and all that. But let's just say
If you
we'll
do
play
end up wanting to
weekly
get
unless
involved
someone can't make it,
on your
unless we can
application,
come up with a plausible reason for the character not to be
Yeah,
there.
and like
said location.
2 weeks from now, like literally 5 of us
Mention
will be
that you
gone.
Yeah, no,
Everybody
all of
can
us will be
yeah.
gone. She and I will be in Indianapolis. We'll be watching the Critical Role live
Yeah, and
show.
we'll be at A-Fest.
Yeah,
so
y'all guys will be out. So,
It's literally impossible. We can't
play.
We have Genie.
Yeah,
That's
That
it.
black guy.
Nope.
Or
Yeah.
no,
One
he said
woman
it's
show.
a black guy.
It's all Genie, all the time.
No,
I'm gonna end up a
just
bard in
Genie.
a party full of people who hate music. I don't hate music.
That is
I'm
my
too hyped
life.
in.
My
That
manager
is-
and I laughed at
Callie
that for
literally
like
will not let
5
me
minutes.
sing. She's like, Kate, stop it. And I'm like,
Oh, I
Oh, I'm so
I
good
told
at this.
Bailey about Jason's DUI.
no, really, what you think?
She was
About
like,
what?
I'm gonna start saying that. That's gonna be the new thing.
So when Hallie was little, Dad and Nancy, our stepmom, took us to Jason's Deli for the first time. And Dad said he was going to surprise us by taking us to a new restaurant where he normally would take us to like McDonald's or whatever. And we pull up to Jason's Deli, and Hallie, I guess, had only like seen printed ads, and their slogan at the time was "All at Jason's Deli." And Hallie, being, I don't know, 6, was like, "All at Jason's Deli." And that was a family inside joke until the day my father died. Like,
Oh my god.
all at Jason's Deli.
We were playing Trivial Pursuit.
So the next time you see her, ask her how Jason's Deli is.
Oh my god.
And if I'm dead, you know why.
We were playing Trivial Pursuit one time when I was a kid, and my little brother had finally got to the point where he could read well enough to read the cards, so we didn't have to read for him. And he was reading for my older brother, and the question was something like, "What's a rice-based wine that is made in Japan?" And my brother Matt is like, "Oh, sake." And Aaron, being sassy little Aaron, was like, "Nope." Yeah, it is. No, it's not. And he just like was so sure that Matt was wrong. And finally we were like, okay, well, what is it? He's like, sake.
Oh, poor child.
Poor child.
Oh, gosh. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. And those of you who aren't watching live, we'll be doing this on a weekly basis, aside from 2 weeks from now. So the 3rd week of August. So we will see you guys next Friday, 7:30 sharp. Bye.